people don't have liberties, all the people don't have freedom, all the people don't have justice, and all the people don't have power, so that means none of us do.
Fair use, fair use, fair use. This video is only for criticism, commentary, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use, fair use, fair use. With that said, y'all, one more time, certified foundational Black Americans are in the building, in the place. I need to know where you are, where you at right now. Put it in the chat. The whole world want to see it. The whole world want to hear it. What it is, what's going on with the family, foundational Black Americans. Y'all know what it is. Let me get that roll call. Foundational Black Americans family, it's all on us. Everybody gonna know it. Everybody gonna see it. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, family, is that when we come through, they ain't got no choice but to bow down. And that's exactly what they gonna do today. Bow all the way down, Freedman style. Let's go to work. Let's expose everybody and let's get all of the censorship done. And let's get all the fair use out the way so we can do what we do best. And that is to regulate, because we win by what? We win by a knockout every day, all day. It is good to see the family in the building. It is good to see the family right here in the place. We are going to represent like we've never represented before. And we're going to show everybody that when it comes to foundational Black Americans and it comes to our culture and it comes to what we represent, what we stand on business, lineage business. So I see Syracuse, I see California, I see West Virginia, I see Harlem, I see Atlanta, I see Florida. I wish I could put it all up right now, family, but we don't really have to do that because we all here. Maryland, certified salute to you. Fayetteville, certified salute to you. Let's go. What I say, when you put the East Coast, the West Coast, the Midwest, and the South all in the same place, all at the same time, things get done, and things are getting done right here, y'all. Fam, this episode today, we're going to expose the Biden administration's immigration invasion like it's never been exposed before. You're going to hear a lot of chatter. You're going to hear a whole lot of people saying things. California, I see you. We're going to hear a whole lot of things, y'all, about what's going down at the border. But I'm going to bring so many receipts, some spoilers, some invoices. We're going to put out some tax returns because nothing we say can be wrong because we stand on principle. What's that principle? That's representing who we are and doing what we do best, y'all. So I'm telling you right now, I'm telling y'all, we are going to show everybody some undisputable evidence that not only is this a planned invasion, but also we're going to show you the people who are coming in, because we talk about immigration all the time, right? Everybody talk about immigration, but don't nobody really tell you who these people are. Oh, fam, I got some footage. I got some evidence. We're going to go deep. We're going to go all the way to the Middle East and talk about how they're at the border. We're going to go all the way to Africa, talk about how they're at the border. We're going to go down to Mexico, and we're going to talk about how they're at the border. But we're going to let everybody know that the people who are at the border are coming here to replace foundational Black Americans. This was a design, plot, scheme, and a plan made by the Biden administration, and how in this era and this generation, it is all about us getting on serious business and preventing the erasure that we know that they all want to do. And we're going to need everybody in the chat. We're going to need the whole Black grassroots. We all going to stand on it. And we're going to show everybody that this right here is something they've been planning for a long time. And once we got on code, y'all, all of a sudden you start to see the whole apparatus of supremacy on both sides of the aisle, both sides of the fence. Now they want to get on code and bringing in these people. What do I always say about immigration? I say immigration is about proximity. All right. You got people who want to come here to the United States of America. And when they get here to the United States of America, first thing they want to do is replace us because we are the only people who have ever stood up to supremacy. So if we the only folks who've ever stood up to supremacy, you know, they got to bring in people, try to bring in people that do the work for them because they have failed. Foundational Black Americans, we do not fail. And we're going to break it down today. I got some people who've been down to Texas. We're going to bring some folks on and we're going to discuss it. But we're going to talk about how it's reparations over mass immigration, okay? And you cannot separate the two of those because they want to take all of our reparations money and they want to give it to the migrants. I'm always saying it and I'm on record saying it, family. They want to give our past building this country to the migrants. That's why they always say they built America. And then they want to give our reality being foundational Black Americans, the only non-indigenous, non-deportable people. They want to give our present and our reality to them. They want to do a role reversal. They want to switch it. They want to take us and make us to be migrants, and they want to take them and make them to be foundationals. That is not the way it's going to go down. So whether that be full court press, whether that be at the voter ballot, whether that be on a regular average every day, we're going to start showing how brothers and sisters are rising up, coming forth and putting an end to it. It's the 11th hour. Foundational Black Americans never lose. We got the skill, we got the talent. So therefore, family, we're going to do what we always do. We're going to execute and we're going to win because the code is undefeated and so are we. So before I go any further, fam, let me go ahead and just set the whole energy right now. Let me ask everybody in the chat. You see what's going on television. You seen that Joe Biden was just down at the border. He was barely walking. No lie. Is it the governor of Texas, Abbott? This dude is in a wheelchair and he actually moves better than Joe Biden. Okay, this guy is not fit to be president at all. And you seen Donald Trump go down there to the border. And there's this conversation of, do Black Americans support Trump just on the base that he's going to stop immigration? Or do we continue to go with Joe Biden? We're going to answer all that today. We're going to also answer not only who are these people, where they came from, we're going to talk about their motives. We're going to answer everything. On this episode, I promise foundational Black Americans are going to be heard and foundational Black Americans are going to set it in concrete that we are here to stay and everybody else going to have to get out of our way. I promise you that. This is going to be the best migrant immigration invasion episode that you will find in the new Black media, Black Grassroots, because we're going to bring some receipts that nobody's ever seen. You're going to have exclusive after exclusive after exclusive. I promise you that. But I got to ask this question to the family. What you see every day on your news, on your timeline, your TikTok, your Facebook, even though it's down today, your Instagram, even though it's down today, your X, when it come back up, when you see all the stuff going on at the border, where they're literally cutting barbed wire, letting these people come in, is this immigration or is this an invasion? And I ask that to everybody in the chat right now. That's what I want to know. What do you feel about it, family? Do you feel this is immigration or do you feel this is nothing more than just an invasion? Do you feel this is an invasion to replace foundational Black Americans? That's the question I present to everybody because we're going to have to start calling it by name. We're going to have to start calling it exactly what it is. All right. We're not sitting here talking about it something that, you know, is immigrants and people are coming in and it's playing fair. Ain't nobody playing fair. Everybody's coming to get what we got. Okay, everybody wants to steal what we created. All right, you absolutely right. An invasion, another invasion, other body snatchers, illegal invasion. I like that. We're gonna have to quit saying illegal immigration. We're gonna have to just start saying straight up and down, a complete invasion, a mass invasion. Yes, invasion. That's exactly what it is, family. This is an invasion. People are coming here all the way across the board. All the brothers and sisters know it. This is nothing more than an invasion. Oh, you 20 minutes from the border? Oh, I know you got some stories, Adams. I know you got some hella stories, man. Stories are coming out every single day with these people. We've been watching it every single second that this is nothing more than an invasion. Foundational Black Americans have spoke. The brothers and sisters have spoke. This is an invasion. This is how we see it. See, no longer are we getting policies and words given to us. Nothing is being handed to us. We snatching it. We taking it away. So if we say it's an invasion, well, goddamn it, it's an invasion. And that's how we're going to refer to it. We're going to refer to it as an invasion because that's exactly what it is. And we're going to break down how not only do they try to keep these terms anew, how they come up with new terms every day. Family, let me ask y'all this question. Did y'all happen to see Joe Biden's administration came out just recently and they said, we're not going to call these people immigrants no more. They had that. Then they went back and they said migrants. They had that. Y'all see now they starting to call these people newcomers. That's what they calling them now. They want us to call these people newcomers. What the hell does that mean? Nothing. And that's what they're trying to get us to fall for, and that's what they're trying to get us to say. The dominant society will always go back to the drawing board and come up with new terms. It doesn't matter. They say, we don't want them calling themselves Black Americans. That's too powerful. They get power in that, strength. Let's start calling these folks POCs and African American. And then some folks will say, yep, that's a good one, boss. That's true. Hell no. Now they go back and they say POC. They say minority. Now they want to say newcomer. Man, ain't no way in hell you're going to get me or any of the certifieds to call any of these people newcomers, okay? Yeah, they may have just came here. Now, it's funny now I think about that. They call them newcomers, but yet they say they built America. How are you a newcomer, but you built America? See, they contradict themselves all the time. If you listen to the dominant society talk, all they do is contradict, because they're not standing on nothing serious. They just making things up. That's all it is. Ain't no newcomers, family. This is all about us. What do I always say? Black Alpha, I always say this. I say, there'd be no USA without FBA, okay? If you removed FBA from this land mass, there would never have been any such thing as the United States of America. There just wouldn't be one. Literally, mathematically, physically, in every single shape, form, or fashion that you can present, this country would not exist without us. Last time I checked, it's been doing great without all these migrant, immigrant, newcomers, people coming around trying to steal what we got. So ain't no way in hell. There's an illegal invasion, and we talking, remember the old days used to be illegal alien. And they went back to the drawing board and said, we can't say that no more, because they're trying to empower these people, y'all. They're trying to empower them, and they're trying to make these people something that they're not. And these people come here with jealousy, spite, vitriol for foundationals. So what are we going to do on this episode, family? We're going to expose every last one of them. I'm going to show you some stuff. I want y'all to screenshot it. I want you to save it. I want you to share it, because if anybody sees what we're talking about right here, and we know they watching, y'all. If anybody sees what we're talking about, it is without a shadow of doubt 100% accurate, and they cannot dispute it. That's what they don't like. We not only bring receipts to the table, we cash them. But let's talk about something else real quick, y'all. As we talk about how they're moving all these people into our country, and we talk about how they're trying to bring all these folks into where we live, we understand that. They're also running around the whole country, and they're going to places that foundational Black Americans either built, popularized, or made famous, and they're trying to pass our history off. Family, this is an erasure in effect. This is the replacement in effect. They say theory. Ain't no theory, okay? This ain't somebody running around guessing. We got this all on lock. They are running around right now trying to take other people and put them where we are. Think about a damn chalkboard. They want to erase FBA and then put on newcomer, put on immigrant, put on migrant, put on Palestinian. Now, y'all know the situation that happened in Columbia, South Carolina. Okay, well, for the first time now, we caught footage of them trying to drown out our reparations claim. Everybody's seen that, okay? Because remember, before that footage, this is why I say it's very groundbreaking that we're out here and we're doing these full court presses and we breaking it down, because family, I'm telling you right now, they are trying to not only move these people in and give them our history, yada, yada, yada. They're going to places that FBA made popular or we've pushed to the line, and now they're trying to put these people in. Did y'all see Kamala Harris down in Selma? Did y'all see it? First off, y'all know how I feel about Selma. Y'all know how I feel about John. I got my ass whooped. Thank you, Master Lewis. Yes, y'all know how I feel about that. Okay, that's a whole nother time, okay? The very fact is, the Democratic Party has ran around for 60 years and talked about Selma. They done gave people jobs based on Selma. Now, if you notice, when they pop up in Selma, they weren't even talking about John Lewis. John Lewis didn't even come up one time in the little march thing they had on Selma. Now, mind you, everybody's went to Selma. You got every single president since Selma that has been back to Selma. Now, Kamala Harris show up and she starts talking about a ceasefire in Gaza. Now, would they ever go to Gaza and talk about reparations for us? Would they ever go down to the border and talk about reparations for us? When it comes to us, it's everybody. And when it comes to everybody, it's everybody but us. Them days are over. I want y'all to see this footage right here, right now. Look at this, family. This shows you that the dominant society in particular, the Biden administration, are trying to pull a pivot, and they're trying to bring in a whole new agenda. And that agenda, family, surfaced around crowbarring other people into our culture and crowbarring everyone else into what we have created. And it is exactly the 100% truth that Kamala Harris herself is not a black American. Kamala Harris herself ain't even black. So you're talking about somebody who ain't even black, damn sure ain't a black American, but she going down to Selma to talk about Gaza in the place where foundational black Americans suffer that. Check this out.
The immense scale of suffering in Gaza, there must be an immediate ceasefire. For at least the next 6 weeks, which is what is currently on the table. This will get the hostages out and get a significant amount of aid in. This would allow us to build something more enduring, to ensure Israel is secure and to respect the right of the Palestinian people to dignity, freedom, and self-determination. Hamas claims it wants a ceasefire. Well, there is a deal on the table. And as we have said, Hamas needs to agree to that deal. Let's get a ceasefire. Let's reunite the hostages with their families, and let's provide immediate relief to the people of Gaza.
Stop for the sake of reality. Stop for the sake of actually being able to still hear. This woman gave a whole campaign speech about Gaza down in Selma. Family, how the hell does Gaza got anything to do with Selma, Alabama? You talking about on the other side of the earth, and she's pulling all of that over here. Nowhere would they ever give any campaign speech for anybody else and start talking about foundational black Americans. This is why we say we're going to vote for that couch. This is why we say we are definitely not voting for the Democratic Party. And as we broke down right here, you're going to hear from me all the time, family, when you look at the statistics, mathematically, if they lose 2 to 3% of the black vote, then the Democrats have no path to winning. Okay, that's 2 to 3. I put up some stuff earlier on Twitter, and I was speaking about how we're not going to vote for the Democratic Party, right? Got it. And you're always going to have these people come around and say, man, black folks going to still vote for them no matter what, man. I'm just tired of black folks. We got to miss that. Forget that energy right there. Because it's not about having every single Percy Earl, every single Aunt Mama that don't want to vote. It's all about if we don't vote. That's the thing. We got enough people right here in the black grassroots to not vote for them and for them to lose. Fam, the black grassroots is running the world right now. It's running the world. The hottest thing in the streets is the foundational black American black grassroots. We run everything. And it's not some tap dancing butter biscuit chaser who's trying to take credit for us. It's us, okay? The Democratic Party cannot take credit for it. It's us. The Republicans can't take credit for it. Fat Joe can't take credit for it. We are controlling everything right now, y'all. So it's all on us to continue to do what we're doing. So all we got to do is just simply not vote for the Democrats, and I promise you they lose. And what happens? What's the domino effect if the Democrats lose, y'all? If the Democrats lose, you're talking about all this trillions of dollars of mass immigration down the drain. You're talking about all this replacement down the drain. We're talking about all the hustles and cons that they didn't put money into. We got to remember, y'all, the Democrats and really the whole apparatus of supremacy, but we're going to highlight the Democrats. They have spent in the last 3.5 years trillions of dollars just to replace us. That's it. Now, they say they don't have trillions of dollars for reparations, but they say they got trillions of dollars for immigration. And immigration is just to replace us. We got to look at it that way. We can't separate the two. And all we got to do is just take the grassroots momentum and energy we got, and then we can cancel them all out. That's it. Simple as that. It is not a hard thing to do. How do we know, family, that we got them real shook right now? I'm going to play you guys some leaked audio that just came out. Yes, it just came across my flyer today, y'all. And since it came across my flyer today, y'all know it's Black Alpha Tuesday, so I'm going to go ahead and play this for the family. Do y'all know and can y'all believe that Joe Biden is literally coming out now and he's saying that he needs black Americans to save democracy? Did y'all know that was coming? Did y'all know that we weren't going to go far without black Americans need to save democracy again? That's always the con game, okay? Black Americans save democracy. Black Americans save the vote. Black Americans save the country. Y'all got any reparations for us? Oh, no, we ain't got nothing for that now. Who's going to get the money? I was never a slave. That type of stuff right there. So what we're saying is hell no. I told you I've been saying it now for 3 years. We are no longer in the yes we can era. We are in the hell to the no era. Hell to the no, you ain't getting no money. Hell to the no, we ain't your friend. Hell to the no, we ain't your buddy. Hell to the no, we not voting. Hell to the no, you not gonna con us. And hell to the no, don't even come around FBA unless you're talking about cash. Cream, cash reparations everywhere around me. That's what it's all about. Dollar bill, y'all. Let me play y'all this footage right here. This is Joe Biden, okay, Jimmy Crow Joe, and he done came out stuttering, fumbling, and bumbling. But what's he about, you guys?
When I ran,
trying to get foundational Black Americans to come and save democracy again. It's the same exact hustle they have every single year. Trust me, when we think these people are going to come up with something new, when we really think in our heads, we say, no way that these folks are going to do that again. They're going to do it again. They're going to do it again. Oh, yeah, because that's all they know. That's all they know, y'all. They don't know nothing better than trying to run that con game. Listen to Mr. Magoo and watch how he sits there and says he wants Black Americans specifically, because remember, when it's tangible time, they have nothing specific for us, all right? When it's we need Black folks to save the election, then all of a sudden it's specifics, okay? Well, we're going to specifically say hell to the no. Listen to this.
Well, I think what's at stake for everyone, and particularly the Black voters, is that our very democracy is at stake. When I ran in 2020, and the Black community was really significant in my winning in the first place, when I ran in 2020, I said democracy is at stake, and the press said, oh, wait a minute, that's an exaggeration. Except the vast majority of people understood what I meant. For example, making it harder to vote. What do you need to vote? An ID card to be able to go vote, a photograph. You know, this is a once in a generation for us to be able to stand up and take on the extreme division and violence that the MAGA Republicans are pushing.
Stop. Y'all notice how they keep running with this thing where foundational Black Americans don't have the right to vote? 1 minute they say we ain't got the right to vote. Next minute they say that we need to vote to save the country. Listen to what he just said right there, y'all. He said that we need to save democracy again, the same way we saved democracy in 2020. Here's the thing. If we saved it in 2020, then why you need us to save it again for you? Exactly. Because it's not about saving democracy. It's about saving your ass and saving the Democratic Party. And foundational Black Americans been saving the Democratic Party over and over and over again, year after year after year, and we're not saving them no more. That's the difference between what used to go on and what's going on right here today, y'all. We're not saving the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is all on their own, and this would be the first time in modern history that the Democratic Party is all by themselves, where they are all alone, and they cannot get foundational Black Americans to put on that cape. The cape is not here, y'all. We don't have one, ain't got one, ain't gonna find one. But what we do know is that couch is here. And that couch is sitting right there, and it's asking us. It's saying, come on over, have a seat, sit down, and stay a while. And it looks pretty good. So foundational Black Americans, hell no, we ain't coming to save you, Mr. Magoo. Let me play that one more time, because I know he be stuttering, fumbling, bumbling. Let me let y'all hear that again.
Everyone, and particularly the Black voters, is that our very democracy is at stake. When I ran in 2020, and the Black community was really significant in my winning in the first place, when I ran in 2020, I said democracy is at stake, and the press said, oh, wait a minute, that's an exaggeration. Except the vast majority of people understood what I meant. For example, making it harder to vote. What do you need to vote? An ID card to be able to go vote, a photograph. You know, this is a once in a generation for us to be able to stand up and take on the extreme division and violence that the MAGA Republicans are pushing.
No, Mr. Magoo. No, that ain't what it is. That ain't what we going for. You better try another one. Ain't having it, ain't having it, ain't having it. You better try again, old man Rivers, because foundational Black Americans are not coming to save you, not at all. The old folks ain't got the power no more. The power all resides in us. And if we make the decision that we gonna vote for the couch, I guarantee you the couch will win the election. Ain't that messed up, y'all? How messed up would that be if the damn couch won the election? Huh? Wouldn't that be just terrible? If the couch beats Joe Biden, I think that should be our goal, y'all. Our goal should be that the couch beats Joe Biden. He'd be the first president in modern history to lose to the couch. That sounds like a great ass idea, y'all. And this is exactly what foundational Black Americans gonna do. One hand, they run around here and they tell us what we need to do is to go vote and save them. And then on the next hand, they run around and they tell foundational Black Americans how they can't do nothing for us. That used to work back in the day. That does not work today. Big difference. When you're bringing in a new era with new energy, and when you're bringing in a new era with a whole new way of thinking and a whole new approach, the Democrats cannot exist in that world, and we are going to be the ones who usher it in, and they have no choice but to accept it. So I'm sorry. No, ain't gonna be no saving nothing, all right? Foundational Black Americans, we want money. We want our reparations. You can cut the check. If you're not talking about cutting the check, then you ain't talking to us. How about the people from Palestine? Why don't they go and save democracy? Why we always got to save democracy? Ain't that funny? They can sit there and come to Selma, or they can come to AME Church in Carolina, but they don't talk about anybody else saving the election. They should just go and have the Palestinians save the election. I'm sure they could do a great job at saving the election, saving democracy, saving America. Let them go do it. Or you can go and how about the illegals? The illegals, you love them so much. Why don't the illegals go save democracy? Foundational Black Americans, we gonna save our goddamn self. That's what it's gonna be. And whether you like it or not, that's what you're gonna have to deal with, Joe. And Joe Biden got bigger issues on his hand because all those other communities are watching what foundational Black Americans do, and they're not rocking with him. So once again, like we say, they are in between a rock and a hard place. And I'm gonna tell you exactly why foundational Black Americans are not going for the games. Look at that right there, y'all. Look at that. Biden's border crisis. We gonna get right to it, y'all. This is exactly what we are up against. This is exactly what we're facing. Foundational Black Americans in this generation and this era and this culture, we are dealing with an erasure that we're watching with our own eyes in real time, y'all. Real goddamn time. You're talking about the combined population of 12 states is 12.8 million. But then when you see the red, you see the number of illegal immigrants in America, 13 million. And what do I always tell you guys? I say that from what we hear, super reliable sources, is that the numbers that are coming in from the border are probably 2 to 3 times even bigger. So that 13, y'all, is really probably about 16. And they want us to vote for them based on that. Hell to the no. Ain't ever gonna happen. That'll never happen as long as foundational Black Americans and the Black grassroots are on code. We stopping all of that. You're absolutely right, fam. That's disgusting. And it's disgusting that somebody would use those type of people to elevate themselves above us and then give us no type of shine, give us no type of love in the process. Hell to the no. That right there is what we're talking about. That is an invasion. Anybody shape it up, you can tell it's an invasion. But we're not just going to talk about it. We're going to talk about how we can defeat it. We're going to talk about how we can exploit it. One thing we always do right here, and certified salute to everybody who always tell me, they say, Black Alpha, one of the things about you, you make it sound like everything going to be all right, because it is. You tell us that everything going to be good because we know it will. You tell us that we are excellent and we're going to center everything around excellence. You goddamn right. We can talk about the problem, and then we're going to talk about how to defeat the problem. Because what we've proven as a lineage, heritage, and culture, we have a solution for every single generational problem that pops up. If a problem pops up tomorrow at 6:30, we're going to have an answer for it tomorrow at 6:30. Not even 6:31. No, we're going to have an answer for it already. That's why we got everybody. All y'all in the chat, y'all know damn well if they came to us with a new problem, one of y'all would have that finished like that. One of y'all would already have the answers. We got all the answers, y'all, and we know how to defeat it. So therefore, we're going to defeat every single thing that they pop up. When you excellent and you move like it, you always win. Well, we moving like it. Yes, we are. I said it was full court press season, right? We got rid of the pull-ups. We got rid of the running folks down. That's some rap song. Okay, a rapper can talk about that better than we ever could. All right, we're not here to rap. All right, I'm not coming with a microphone trying to get reparations. All right, I'm not doing the goddamn two-step trying to get reparations. It's full court press season. Full court press. I said we was going to start full court pressing. I said we was going to start putting these people to task. I said we was going to put their names, their faces all on that Summer Jam screen, and I'll be damned if we haven't. Yes, to the hell we have. We've been putting everybody on that Summer Jam screen. So, family, I want to lay this out to y'all right now. You're seeing brothers and sisters popping up everywhere, right? And brothers and sisters are putting it down. Politicians is running. Stacey Abrams done ran for me and Marcel Dixon personally. I'm sorry. She rolled from us. And got the hell out of there, right? Y'all already seen, I put the full court press of the FBA energy at the Kamala Harris campaign. Yes, Kamala was gone. Her Secret Service was looking at me like, who's that guy? I'm telling you who he is. Black Alpha Network, certified. That's what it was. Y'all see me full court press to do for me and Cobra. And he was stuttering, fumbling, and bumbling, okay? I seen our brothers and sisters all throughout the country put the full court press on everybody. And that's what I love. Certified salute to our brother, the Church of Black Power. I'm going to give you a big certified salute, brother. He sent me this footage, and this footage is amazing. It's excellent. The brother pressed Sheila Jackson Lee. Now, we know Sheila Jackson Lee started up here. Now they done got her down here. She done been demoted after demoted after demoted after demoted. They done ran her completely out. And now they're starting to find other people that they don't even want her around no more. They're getting rid of her. I'm telling y'all, we are putting COONs, Sambos, tap dancers, we putting them out of business. How big is that coon unemployment line, y'all? Is it big as hell? Is that coon unemployment office getting bigger each day? Because when I turn around, I see a new one in the office every day. I told you, Roland Martin done been fired 300 damn times, all right? Roland Martin's been fired as much as he weighs, all right? So that's about 560 times, all right? Roland is finished, all right? That's why he can't go nowhere. Nobody's calling him. When we get on code, we put everybody out of business. I said we got to answer to everything, and the answer simply being exceptional, being on code. You get on code with your behavior, with your conduct, then all the answers going to come to you. It's very simple. The way to defeat this game is simple. It's a complex system, but it's very, very simple in terms of beating it, and that's what we're doing. Our brother, Church of Black Power, he ran up on, certified salute to you, my brother. He ran up on Sheila Jackson Lee down there in Texas, and he started pressing her on some reparations and on some tangibles. He sent me this footage, man. I want the whole family to see. Watch how when he presses her, oh, man, she was gone. She was gone. She didn't want to stick around. They started bringing in everybody saying, leave her alone. Leave her alone. She's old. Once again, she got some problems that ain't just us, but we going to see the problems that we bringing. Watch this footage right here, y'all. Once again, salute to our brother for this footage. Full court press nationwide, and it's a big deal.
Environmental Regulation Committee. This is so needed.
The Datress to come on the HBC.
Yes.
Miss Lee, when are Black Americans going to get policy? I'm not nowhere here.
We just got through talking to what we're trying to do is just got through talking about pushing that bill on the floor. If we can't push that commission bill, we want to do executive order. But as you well know, in order to get where anybody wants to do, I don't disagree with anyone, because I'm just there to move a vehicle forward so you can get where you need to be. We've got to get people to understand it and move it forward.
Everybody's getting things done without any type of research or anything. They're just getting funding and policy. We're the only people that's not getting funding and policy now.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Oh, look at you.
In a room full of heavy hitters.
Somebody say this.
Look at that right there, y'all. This is what we talking about. This is what we talking about. That same person will come around and try to tell foundational Black Americans how thankful we need to be, how they done did so many things for us, how we need to go out and vote. That's what she did for, telling people to go out and vote. But the first thing she did was like, oh, I'm just trying to do this, that, there. All they do is try to hit us with babble. And then when we don't go for the babble, then they try to transition that off into just running away. That's the same thing that happened when me and Marcel pressed that guy in Savannah. He said minority, minority, minority. No lie, the guy said minority 25 times in a 3-minute conversation. And then what happened? Dipped and got out of there. And then she went to go over there and talk to all the goddamn W's. This is why we're not voting for them, family. This is why this is an immigration invasion. And this is why foundational Black Americans, we are going to go ahead and head that away. All right. We have left the building. The Democratic plantation is over with. All right. Every plantation. We don't live on no goddamn plantation. We only live right here, wherever the hell we want to do, 10 toes down, loyal to the soil. So she got up out of there when our brother pressed him. And certified salute to our brother, because what he was doing, he didn't go for her babble. See, back in the old days, they would hit us with babble, and brothers and sisters would sit there and be like, and you're right. Sheila Jackson Lee ain't even FBA. That ain't even FBA. That's a full immigrant trying to tell us about reparations and then trying to walk away. These people don't represent us. These people do not represent the average certified foundational Black American. How you going to represent us and you ain't even of the lineage? That's number one. That's number one. I don't care. Somebody might come around, sound cool, say some things you agree with, make some points now, okay, because we get rid of the he made some points now. You may come around, say some things that sound nice, talk a couple things, but are you of the lineage? This is why we say, where's your family from? Because it's going to be foundational Black American freedmen. If you don't fit those boxes, then you cannot talk for us. How many times do we see people run around and try to speak on behalf of us and they don't even represent us? We talking about Holland Martin. Holland Martin, non-FBA. Sheila Jackson Lee, non-FBA. Okay, Ketanji Brown Jackson, non-FBA. Candace Owens, non-FBA. These are all non-FBA. Barack Obama, okay, 1.0 and 2.0, non-FBA. What's the other one? 2.0, 3.0, you got 4.0 because they're grooming up a new Barack Obama every time because the old one didn't work. All of them are non-FBA. Kamala Harris, non-FBA. Man, what we talking about? What we talking about? And then that lady ain't even from Texas. So what we talking about? These people are running around trying to represent us, and she got on them skates and got out of there. That's cool because guess what? Her career is going to get out of there. Let me show you something, though, family, that nobody talks about. I'm going to show you something that's real deep about immigration. These numbers, you always hear me talk about it because we got to keep hammering this home. I want y'all to screenshot this. This is evidence, pure 100% evidence that this is a mass invasion, and it's by design, y'all. Check this out right here. This right here. These numbers I presented a few months ago on one of the episodes that we did talking about whether this was planned or not. I want y'all to see this. Look at this. These numbers show you. The numbers are going to tell the story. Only 560 of America's 19,502 cities are sanctuary cities. They house 22 million illegal immigrants. Those 560 cities just happen to contain 70% of America's Black population. 560 sanctuary cities, 22,000 illegal immigrants, and 70% of Black America's population. Come on. And it says, hopefully no one is dumb enough to think this is an unfortunate coincidence that disproportionately harms Black Americans. Look at that. Please screenshot that, family. This is what they do not want to hide. Now, mind you, that's only the statistics and the data in terms of a sanctuary city, not to mention the places that are not sanctuary cities. And the same stuff goes on because these folks are in places that aren't even sanctuary cities. That is only speaking about the sanctuary city areas. That's not showing you the areas that are not designated as such. And that still is out of control. Now, notice that says 22 million illegals. We were just seeing 13 million. The numbers are always downplayed because if they were ever their actual numbers, they wouldn't be able to dispute it and they wouldn't be able to run that gambit, that gossip, and that hustles that we do not go for anymore. So that right there, without a doubt, shows you the Democratic Party has been getting Black Americans to vote for their own replacements. Anybody who has ever had a job or seen people on the job, you ever see somebody that works in a company for, I don't know, 20 years, 30 years, and then they bring in some new hotshot recruit? And what do? They train the new hotshot recruit, and they basically train their replacement. That's what's been going on with foundational Black Americans. Instead of training your replacement, you've been voting for your replacement, okay? Sheila Jackson Lee is a non-FBA immigrant. Black folks was voting for her. Barack Obama voted. Kamala Harris voted. These people are so warped in their mind, these Democratic shills, these vote blues, no matter whose, they have been voting for their own replacement the same way somebody on the job trains their own replacement. And then we show up and say, we ain't doing none of that. Hell no. You know who's going to come after us? Our children. You know who's going to come after them? Their children. It ain't going to be, we put in all the work and then Mr. Muhammad shows up and his kid takes our kid's place. Because that's what we're facing with. Family, I always say this. You had the indigenous, there's been about 5 waves of foundational Black Americans. That's what I told Cornel West. And he was like, yeah, you right now, brother. Yep, that's true now. You goddamn right it's true. You damn right. Listen, and I will teach you. This is what I told him. I said, there's been about 5 waves of us. You have the indigenous era. That's with the Maroons. Then you have slavery. And then you have Reconstruction. Then you have civil rights. And now you have us right here today. That's 5 waves. Don't let nobody tell you we've been here for 2 waves. 2 waves ain't nowhere near. That ain't even half of the time we've been in this country. Foundational Black Americans have been in this country since day one. Matter of fact, we was here before day one. All right, before there was a damn day, we was already building. Because by the time day one got here, there was already things established. Who established that? Us. So when we're talking about us building this country, it goes way deeper than just showing up and saying, hey, brother, I want to do a job now. Can I come here now? No, hell no. No, we're all black, brother. No, fuck that. Black and brown? No, fuck that too. We ain't none of that. We foundational Black Americans. That's who we are. That's what it is. And we are exceptional and we are in our own league. And everybody got to deal with that. That's what everybody's got to deal with, y'all. So when we start talking about there being different waves of us, fam, we're in this era now where you're dealing with something that they didn't have to deal with before. Okay, we're not trying to reconstruct something. We're not trying to get civil rights. We are here trying not to be erased. And that means we have to be very urgent. That means we have to be very on code. That means we have to be very precise and concise, and we cannot make mistakes. We got to be on our element, on our game, stronger than ever. And that's why I know we can. And that's why we whooping everybody right now, because that's what we've been doing. When you say that all of a sudden this mass immigrant crisis has popped up, I want y'all to notice when it did start to pop up. It started to pop up when we started getting on code. You can go back and you can watch Barack Obama talk about immigration. He wasn't talking about an open influx. No, he wasn't. You can go back and listen to Bill Clinton. He wasn't talking about an open influx. No, he wasn't. All of a sudden, when we started saying Black grassroots, reparations, tangibles or else, and cut the check, now all of a sudden they say, open them damn borders. If the borders were open this much, they said, open them this much. If they was this much, they said, open them this much. They said, make sure that you bring in everybody so foundational Black Americans can stop getting this momentum we have. Immigration is about stopping the progress of FBA. That's what it is, y'all. Immigration is all about stopping the progress of FBA. They want to stop our progress, family, straight up and front and center. We got too much progress right now, and they need to stop it. They need to stop. Think about it. You got to look at immigration under the spectrum of supremacy, okay? You cannot separate immigration in America, a design invasion, and separate it from supremacy. Those two things go together. If the supremacists are looking at it from the aspect of we got Black Americans who ain't sitting on the backs of the bus nose more. They not voting blues no matter who's no more. They not saying thank you for whooping my ass on Selma Boss. They not saying yes we can. They're saying cut the damn check or else. We voting the couch. Look at all the terms we done came up with, y'all. I said that we did more in the last 5 years than they did in the last 50. And if we know that, they know that. If we on code, they know we on code. See, thing is, it gives us power. It makes them scared. Supremacy is terrified right now. I'm going to say it one more time. Supremacy is terrified right now because they're dealing with a generation of Black Americans. I'm talking about all 460 of y'all in the chat and the millions more. And all of us together have supremacy against the ropes because they never had to deal with Black folks who think on this level. And when we think on this level, we get things done. This is a new generation and a new time. So therefore, right now, they say immigration is the only thing we can do. We try to send out the race soldiers. The warrior class popped up and said, nah, you're not going to be running around here picking folks off. They said, let's give them Black Lives Matter. Ran them out the paint. They said, let's go give them Scam Master J. Ran his ass out the paint. They try to give us all the controlled opposition. They try to give us all the Mr. Mutombos, Mrs. Joe Laws, Mrs. Fufus that was sitting on our reparations panel. We ran all their asses back to Africa. What have they thrown at us in the last 5 years that we have not conquered, y'all? Nothing. We've conquered every single thing they've thrown at us. So the last thing they have now is an influx of migrants that they can try to bring in and replace us. That's why this is the reparations era, and we have to stop this erasure. You cannot separate the two of those. And we right now are showing it. How do you know? I'm going to start showing you some of the rhetoric, the language, and the dialogue of the Democratic Party. And you can see they used to be anti-immigration. They say asking folks can come on into the country, cool. They can come and mop the floors. They can come on in and do my roof and lay some tile down on the ground. They didn't have no problem with that, y'all. Nah, that was cool. They can live with that. The dominant society was all right. We're bringing in Jorge, and Jorge can come on in and he can clean some stuff for you. They didn't really mind that. Nah. That's the old immigration. That's the yes, we can era immigration, when certified foundational Black Americans weren't really a threat to them like that. Now, when we become a threat, this is all of a sudden now, family, when you start to get the whole mass immigration. You know it. Donald Trump says it. The Republicans say it. Even Democrats are coming out saying that there has never been an immigration crisis like this before. They've never called it a migrant crisis. They've never used the term crisis and immigration in the same sense. Never have. Why? It's because we've never been on code as much as we are right now. So they're using immigration as the last straw to try to stop foundational Black Americans from completely taking over this country. Watch this, y'all. This is Chuck Schumer. I want y'all to notice how he spoke about immigration before. Watch how he used the term illegal immigrant, illegal alien, all that. And then now watch how he talks about it, y'all. And he's the main one saying we need 11 million of them right here ASAP. And the thing you're going to see is as we become a more on-code community, the more they started opening them borders wider. The more we became an on-code community, the more they started bringing in immigrants. And that goes to show you that the yes we can era is gone and the hell to the no era is here. Watch it.
Illegal immigration is wrong, plain and simple. When we use phrases like undocumented workers, undocumented immigrants, dreamers, we convey a message to the American people that their government is not serious about combating illegal immigration, which the American people overwhelmingly oppose. Now more than ever, we're short of workers.
Freeze. Y'all seen what he was just saying right there during the yes we can era. Y'all seen that. He said, man, illegal immigrants, illegal alien, this is wrong. We need to stop all that shit, man. Now look, this man threw a press conference, and y'all seen this. He threw a press conference on a Wednesday afternoon at 2:00. You know he had something to say. And the first thing they said was, we need more workers and we want to bring in millions of these people. This was the dominant society making a call saying, family, can we please have everybody show up? Watch this.
We have a population that is not reproducing it on its own with the same level that it used to. The only way we're going to have a great future in America is if we welcome and embrace immigrants, the dreamers, and all of them, because our ultimate goal is to help the dreamers, but get a path to citizenship for all 11 million or however many undocumented there are here. First and above all, anything done on border has to be bipartisan, or the whole supplemental will get bollocksed up. I believe that Senator Biden's proposal, which is funding, will do the most to get us at the fentanyl crisis that Gene talked about and dealing with the problems at the border. We are not for policy changes. And you want to shut it down. You keep talking about it.
The last time, Chuck, you shut it down.
No.
And then you opened it up very
times.
quickly. And
20 times.
I don't want to do what you did.
20 times
Chuck,
you have called for, I will shut down the government if I don't get my wool. None of us have said.
You want to know something?
You've said
okay,
it.
you want to put that on
You
my.
said it.
I'll take it.
Okay, good.
You know what I'll say? Yes. If we don't get what we want, one way or the other, whether it's through you, through a military, through anything you want to call, I will shut down the government.
Okay,
absolutely.
fair enough.
And
We
I am
disagree.
proud, and I'll
We
tell you what,
disagree.
I am proud to shut down the government for border security, Chuck, because the people of this country don't want criminals and people that have lots of problems and drugs pouring into our country. So I will take the mantle. I will be the one to shut it down. I'm not going to blame you for it. The last time you shut it down, it didn't work. I will take the mantle of shutting down.
Wow, y'all. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? That is supremacy on supremacy crime. That's when you're dealing with two supremacists going at it. We got to listen. See, when you listen to supremacy argue with supremacy and you think that there's some middle ground, well, we got a place in the middle, then you don't really understand what's really happening. What's really happening right there, y'all, is that you got somebody who, what I said, is a immigration supremacist. All right, the immigration supremacist, that's the person who wants to bring everybody in from all over the country, all over the world. They can all just come in and support. Then when you start talking about the way the other side sees it, and we're starting to talk about now, we're speaking about Donald Trump. Those are the ones, they say, no, we're going to execute supremacy just with W's. We don't want nobody else to come in here and participate in supremacy other than our own. And this is where foundational Black Americans, we can definitely hustle these folks, and we can play these two sides against each other. This is what we're talking about. And Donald Trump was exactly right. They need to go ahead and shut it all down. If not, because we're talking about America. These people, once again, not only are we voting for these people, y'all, we're also giving these folks taxpayer money. What do you think is funding all that? We got some footage, we got some photos, we got some video evidence. I'm going to show y'all right here. Matter of fact, shit, let's get to it now. Look at this right here, family. This is them putting the seeds in place, trying to say that this is a country full of immigrants and it's a immigrant country that we all started. Watch this right here. Watch this montage of Democrats who've been running around here saying that type of rhetoric for years, fam. This is a direct result.
The reason we're the country we are is because of immigration. We've been able to cherry pick the best from every single continent. The people who come here have determination, resilience. They are ready to stand up and work like the devil.
Let's be clear. This is a nation founded by immigrants. Unless, your history is of your ancestors being kidnapped and brought over on a slave ship, unless you are Native American, your people are immigrants.
America is a nation of immigrants. That's our strength. Unless you are one of the first Americans, unless you are a Native American, somebody somewhere in your past showed up from someplace else.
So we are a nation of immigrants.
We have to remain a nation of immigrants.
Mr. Speaker, we are a nation of immigrants.
We are a nation of immigrants, and that means that we're constantly being replenished.
We are a nation of immigrants. We have always opened our doors to asylum seekers.
We are a nation of immigrants. Mike Pence and I both are descended from immigrant families.
Is the Statue of Liberty reminding us of who we are and where we came from. We are a nation of immigrants.
That's what they saying in them streets, y'all. That's what they saying in them streets. A nation of immigrants. Over and over and over, you hear them calling us a nation of immigrants when they know damn well who this country was founded by. Foundational Black Americans. They did not just make that up, y'all. That is something that they put in place a hell of a long time ago, and we have been exposing it the same way we expose everything they do. Every last thing they do, y'all. So check this out right here. This is something else. We talk about how they want to pull us up, and they want to talk about this is the country of this, and this is the country of that. Now this is the new terminology, y'all, that we've been seeing, and this is what we've been calling out. Watch Donald Trump call out. This is the rift between the two sides, y'all.
The bill Joe Biden once passed would give him unlimited power to grant asylum to millions and millions and millions of illegals. You know what they call them now, right? You know, they changed the name as of yesterday. You know what they call them? Newcomers. It's just newcomers. No, the word is newcomers. We're not allowed to say it's politically incorrect. This political incorrect stuff is killing us. From now on, you have to call them newcomers or you will be indicted by the DOJ in Washington. They will indict you immediately, the DOJ. No, they said last night, we are going to call the people that came into our country. We used to call them illegal aliens. We call them a lot of different names. But newcomers is a step too far. But they are newcomers from now on. Please, everybody, call them. Does everybody agree with that? Newcomers. I'm shocked to hear that. The Biden border will, well, you know this, right? The Biden border bill would turbocharge the continued invasion of our country, and therefore his plan would totally demolish Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, healthcare, and all of public education. And you know they're going to be getting all of these things that are already in trouble, and they're going to destroy all of that. And you see what's going on in New York? They have pupils from foreign countries from countries where they don't even know what the language is. We have nobody that even teaches it. These are languages that nobody ever heard of. They're sitting in the school chairs of people, of kids that were there, and those kids aren't able to go to school any longer. There's no place they can go. They're taking the school, and they don't speak a word of English. So the teacher's up there teaching, and they don't know what the hell is going on.
Look at that right there, y'all. This is what we talk about when we say that there is a real issue. But family, let's break it down. I'm going to break it all the way down. We got a good sister right here that I'm going to bring up on the stage, man. A lot of y'all familiar with her. She breaks it down thoroughly, just like Black Alpha Network, uncorrupted, you know what I'm saying, uncensored, straight to the point. And I want to talk about why we have this immigration crisis. And I want to talk about people who've actually seen it and what's going on and the way we defeat things and the way we break it down and the way we show them this is about our generation and our era all the way across the board. But I see we got about 500 people in here. Y'all can smash that like button. Much love, much respect. I appreciate it all the way live, y'all. So with that said, without further ado, I want to bring on one of our good sisters who be lighting up this whole migration invasion and all the way to the point. Let's see if she's ready to go. Are you there, my sister? All right, our sister right there, I think is jumping. It might be jumping a little bit, sister. I ain't catching.
I'm here. I'm right here. I'm watching you. I'm watching. I'm live and direct. I'm right here. I'm at your hip. I'm at your side. I'm ready.
Let's
ready,
go.
Let's ready for the battlefield.
Let's do what we do. This is Sister Sean, y'all. Y'all know Sister Sean. Sister Sean been lighting up these folks, calling out, enlightening people, educating people on what's really going on with this invasion and giving us that uncut FBA Freedman energy where it don't play. Sister, I got to ask you the same question. I'm going to let you cook. Same way we used to do it on the spaces. I'm going to let you go. But I want to ask you the question I started off with everybody else, and then I'll go ahead and let you go ahead and go all the way live.
Okay.
Is this immigration or is this an invasion?
This is an invasion. That is my position, because a lot of people, they are conflicted about that question, but Sister Sean is not conflicted and I'm not confused. It is an invasion.
Do you feel that in this generation right now, okay, because, you know, before folks used to be kind of cool with it, letting it slide and all that kind of stuff. Tell me some of the things that you've seen that show you that this is an invasion, that we got different type of energy and we coming at it different. Just let everybody know your position on this and what we can do to stop it. The floor is yours, my sister.
Okay, so here's what everybody needs to know. The first thing is that I want everybody to know that we did nothing wrong. This was a do-low twist. It was a flip. It was a back flip, a front flip. Nobody in present day, even if they were politically astute, they knew nothing about this sanctuary city mess. This is what I want everybody to know. This sanctuary city type of status that everybody is learning about, that was a backdoor deal. That wasn't anything that anybody knew about. Didn't nobody vote on. They didn't go to the polls or nothing. This sanctuary city status with the declaration was done independently with their mayors. That's one thing I want everybody to know. The mayor had to sign off on that. But somehow, somewhere, through the process, they didn't think it was important enough for people to vote on this type of status, something that's very, very important. So what they did was they did like some stealth shit on us, some backdoor shit. It was some backdoor shit. And what we're doing now, and what everybody is, we are reactive now. The shit been done, okay? They done did the shit. We didn't know why they did it, but they did it. But now we're understanding they did it without consent. So that's what we got to really focus on. So if you doing this shit without consent, what else you doing without consent?
What are some of the things
that I want my people?
Yeah. What do you see? What are, like, in terms of like people popping up and just some of the stuff out of control with the politicians and the backdoor stuff? What are some of like the little detailed stuff that they be doing?
Well, we already know the sanctuary city is the most classic example. So what now, and what I'm trying to tell my people is I didn't even know. So if I don't know, and if this is the classic example, Lord knows what the hell else is going on. So rule number one is that we have got to be, we can't be reactive. What we're doing is we're reacting to some shit that was in place that we didn't know nothing about. So I think the new rule is we have to learn to be what? Proactive. And so what we need to do, and it's going to take some extra effort to get in there and get with our mayors. All this shit, this wasn't even at a federal level. All this stuff was done at a local level. That's your mayor level. This shit ain't got nothing to do with, well, it's all Biden and the Democratic Party. But in terms of the sanctuary city, it was a choice. Like in Virginia, I'm in the DMV. Virginia, they voted no. I ain't no damn sanctuary city. DC voted yes. Maryland voted yes. Those were local decisions. Didn't have nothing to do with Biden. But Biden funnels and funds them based on that decision. So that's one big lesson that we have to learn. And here's what my takeaway, my personal takeaway, nobody else. My personal takeaway is that you don't do anything that's going to impact me at a federal level without a goddamn vote. That's what they did. This is what's so unique about this sanctuary city status. This is something that they did arbitrarily on their own. Nobody knew about this mess. Nobody. So let me get into, because I know you got people in, but I have some things that I want. Now what they did, they backdoored us. That's fine. That's okay. We still gonna win. We're gonna win based on the facts and based on what we understand. So part of winning any warfare is understanding the battlefield. Okay, so here's the impact of immigration, and I'm going to put this out to you so you all can fight. Statistically, even in a normal immigration process, first of all, we have this country, our country, the one that we built, okay? We have over 20 points of entry where people can come through legally to get an assessment whether or not they can seek asylum or be citizens. So if we have 20 ports of entry, what we're looking at, these are people who are coming in illegally. And they are illegal immigrants. Let me just do this. They are not illegal migrants. Please stop. Don't let them twist you. Call them illegal immigrants, because a migrant, by definition, is one that moves in municipalities within its own jurisdiction. We, as a Negroes in foundational Black Americans, we migrated from the South up to Chicago. We were not immigrants. We've got to not let them get away with the name game. They are not migrants. They don't belong here. They are illegal immigrants. Never call them migrants. That's number one. And once they get here, 50% of them, it's actually over 50%, they're not even eligible for asylum. So here's our numbers here. Oh, I looked up the numbers again before your show. The numbers since Biden, it was 10 million illegal immigrants and aliens. Oh, let me add that part too. It's in the CFR. CFR means the Code of Federal Regulations. In the Code of Federal Regulations, they are called aliens. I'm going to let y'all put y'all pencils up on that. So you will have that as your ammunition. So if you say the word alien, don't you let them twist that in that you're doing something wrong, calling you an extremist, because it's in the fucking CFR, which is the Code of Federal Regulations. So if it's illegal for me to call them an alien, take it out of the goddamn code of CFR. Okay, that's number one. Over 50% are not even eligible for asylum. They are what you call fake asylum seekers. But what we're doing is because Biden sit up there with this in reverse that allow, would you say, remain in Mexico or remain in your country. So you remain there and you sit there until you get approved. You don't get to sit up here and come to New York, come to Chicago, come to New York, Philadelphia, and get up in 5-star hotels with 3 meals a day, 3 squares. We talk about 3 squares, baby, at laundry service, Medicare, and schooling. No, you don't get to do all that. You stay there, and that's what you do. But this is what this Biden administration has done. And let me tell you what really pisses me off. Okay, we got multiple problems with this immigration. When you import people, you import their problems from their country. So you import people, but you also import their problems, and leaders are double bootlickers. They're talking about black and brown, black and brown. So I'm like, okay, everybody is like under a spell. We're black and brown. But then if you really sit down fundamentally and think, look at these other organizations with influence. When have they ever said brown and black, brown and black? Just reverse that whole vernacular. Black and brown, black and brown. Reverse that shit mentally. Brown and black, brown and black. Brown and black is supposed to be brown organizations advocating for black organizations or black issues like our reparations. It don't fucking happen. Everything is black and brown. I want to see when everybody on Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, and everywhere when you fucking talk your shit, I want to see you to say brown and black. And I want to see brown organizations standing up for black business. It ain't fucking happening. But this is what our leaders are putting down our throat. So I needed to get to that. Let's get back to this situation. The situation is serious, okay? Now, they are being purported in this country as a protective class, and what's most troubling is the only reason why they able to do that is because of our civil rights laws, the laws that were intended for us. So this stuff is just getting too wacky. But you got to understand, all the laws that were intended for us, they are using it for themselves and they are reversing it against us. And they have managed to make themselves a protective class when we should have been a protective class. But it is our own fault. I'm going to tell you why. Because when we negotiated the civil rights, the CBC is the biggest fucking sellouts. The silent generation, the biggest sellouts. People like the Al Sharptons and all that, and don't know better. Well, you should have thought better. You should have did better. Because you didn't do no motherfucking good. Because all of the rights that were fought for us, they are actually benefiting from us. They're benefiting from those rights. That's how they got all those protections. So now you got a whole bunch of immigrants in our country, which they are using They are weaponizing this. Immigration is a form of weaponization against us. It's weaponization. And they're doing it based on their fanatics and their fetish and their fear of Black folk. They have never stopped fearing from us. And what they are doing is they are in a proxy, in de facto way, making them a protective class when we should have always been a protective class. So I know I don't have little time, but I really need to get this in my mind. I was thinking, I don't know, and I think I've came to the conclusion. It was last year. Remember, we had all of these odd stories, all of this money going into prisons, because women and men are getting locked up pretty much at the same rates, but they are putting them as a protective class using our civil rights laws when we've never been protected under our laws. So this is some serious shit. And so once we deal with that, the next thing, Black Alpha, because this shit don't make no fucking sense. We talking about 10 million, but it's more than 10 million. It's 10 million just in the Biden administration. But it's literally about like 20 million. It's 10 million plus, because it's 10 million just what they got during his administration, but they have already admitted there's about 11 to 12 million illegals already here, y'all. They already here. This is 11 million on top of the 10 million. That's when you go to Homeland Security and look at the statistics. We talk about 20 million illegal aliens. Lock me up. It's in the CFR. Don't you tell me it's illegal to say aliens until you take it out your code of federal regulations. So we have got to deal with that. And so I really have been thinking, I don't know why it is people, conspiracy, replacement. It is a replacement. I'm sorry. This is not a fucking conspiracy. This is a reality. And then when I juxtapose that with all of those funny style mega prisons, now it's making sense to me. So here's what I have to say. If we don't get it together, it's just going to be dire. But I know that we will. And here's what I have to say. So I'm looking at the increase of illegal aliens, and they talk about jobs and jobs that we don't want and all that bullshit. Come on, y'all, don't fall for it. Just before this influx of these illegal immigrants, they were telling us as the American people, not just the Black people, they were telling us that AI was replacing us. So we're already competing with AI automating jobs and getting ready, getting rid of the what you call the brick and mortar man or the brick and mortar woman. That's somebody that shows up to the job and do the job. They were already telling robots were gonna replace us. Remember all that shit? So we got robots. We already dealing with that and preparing for that. So how the fuck you gonna tell us we already preparing on how to deal with robots replacing our job, but you're gonna give us 10 million people who don't even speak our language? And you're gonna juxtapose them into our culture and our system? And they gonna have a job when you already told us that AI was gonna replace us? What the fuck is the real plan? Somebody going to fucking jail. Or forced military. That's my next point. Forced military. Because America is out here warmongering, fucking in other people's countries where they don't have no business and they don't have an active military force that can back their shit up. So I believe that's also part of the problem. And this is why they got the mega prisons. I think they are putting our people in a position where they are not economically viable. We're dealing with AI. We already told taking a job. We got these immigrants. What is the next thing we're going to be forced to do? We're either going to be forced to crime, or that's why they were building those mega prisons that we didn't understand 3 years ago. We're going to be forced in prison, or we're going to be forced into the military to fight their unjust wars. So my solution and conclusion is I see what they're doing. They're edging us out. What are we going to do? What's Pookie and Ray Ray gonna do when they ain't have no job? They're gonna be forced to crime. They're going to fuel the prison industrial complex. That's why they were building all those mega prisons, and we didn't know they were doing that shit 2 years ago. It's all a plan. And if you don't want to do that, Pookie and Ray Ray gonna want to feed their families and their moms and they baby mom, their children. It's gonna be forced military. But we not doing that. We not doing no military. I'm gonna tell you this. And I suggest start doing some research on how to avoid the draft. Because when AI is taking over jobs, why are you gonna bring over 10 million people who don't even speak our language? Where the hell are they gonna fucking work? And then on top of that, here's one thing as a parent, it's influencing our local life. I don't know if it was Colorado or Chicago. They had to cut the pre-K program, and they had to cut the summer school program to have money for the migrants. What the hell? Do you know, I am a mother. Do you know how hard it is to get a pre-K slot? A pre-K slot is already something that's difficult to get. And they gonna cut our pre-K slots in our summer school slots because they need to put more money for them, for their second language programs? Let me tell you what that means as a mother monitoring my children's. A second language program is something that costs money. That's like teaching your child a second language in this country, and they get it for free. You're going to give them a free second language program when I can get a tutor for my son for free for his second language. If he wants to increase his vernacular, which it should be a standard thing, you got to understand the value of that. I've already looked at it, and I can't even afford it. I'm still trying to struggle with my son to get somebody to tutor him on a second language. And I'm telling you, on the real, it costs you about $20,000. And this is just, the average mother is not going to be able to afford that. But that is literally the equivalent of what they're giving these immigrants. Think about it. You coming in here, you can't speak English, so you automatically get a full-fledged 100% tutor, 100% laundry service, housing, up to 2 years. And this is the problem. These asylum people, this is what really needs to be understood. 50% are not even going to be qualified. So we're letting them sit here and leech off of us, because before they get to their court dates are like 3 to 5 years later. That means they are going to leech off of us for 5 years only to say that they are not eligible. But let me tell you, here's the do-low twist. Within 5 years, they're going to have what? An anchor baby. They going to have, trust me, they're not going to sit in here waiting on that court date. They're going to have a baby. Once they have a baby in this country, they're forever anchored here. Do you understand the financial cost of this problem? That's why with Donald Trump, I'm going to have to give him his checks and balances. His policy was, you stay in Mexico. It was called Remain in Mexico, or wherever the hell you came from. You can apply for asylum to this country, but you got to stay over there. He knew and understand. Once they come over here, the court system is so backed up, they can't even have a court date for 5 years. They've been and had 5 different children, and we will be paying for them all those 5 years, plus those children, Medicaid, and we have to revamp our system, our school system. We are going to be pushed out of jobs. Let me tell you how that's going to manifest itself. Because more and more people, these people don't speak English. They don't. And if they're being assimilated into our society, that means they are assimilated in all facets of our society. That means our banking, our social services, and Negroes can't speak Spanish. So what do you think is going to happen to us? They're going to start firing us off of those jobs because we're no longer useful, because we cannot serve the populace. And I think that's all I got to say, Black Alpha. I don't know, but I hope I got it all off my chest.
Man, hey, you spoke that real all the way live, Sister Sean. And by looking at the chat, everybody was throwing up them emojis and 100s all the way. You know I had to bring you on. Real quick, Sister, before I let you go, how you feel about people who want to vote for Trump to close the wall, and then other people? Because I heard you on the space the other day, you said that sounds cool, but we still going to have to tell Trump to run that check too.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you good. Yep.
Okay, I have some. We are in a rock and a hard place. Let me tell you where I am. I am a registered independent. And I'll fucking sit on the couch.
Okay.
But I'll run this shit red too. I'm not afraid to run it red. But the onlyest thing is that here's what I don't want our people to jump on. We don't want to run something red when red still ain't giving us no tangibles. That still ain't a win. So what I'm gonna do is, here's the way and I'm only on a couple of issues. We got to turn into like a 1 or 2 issue joke. We know this open borders is an issue, so we know we going red just on open borders. But we got a whole lot of shit that's red that ain't right. Okay, we got a lot of red that ain't motherfucking right. This is what I want to let everybody be cautioned about, because we're serious about these borders, but there's a whole lot of other stuff about the red that ain't right. And then we are not, just because of these open borders, we are not letting go from our fundamentals, our foundationals. Our foundationals is reparations or die. Okay, so the only thing I think we can do, and we're in a very precarious position, is we want to tell the Republicans and Trump, bring back the platinum plan. Let's bring back that platinum plan first. And let's close these borders and we'll work from there. Because everybody, they wanted to, Ice Cube got in trouble or whatever with the Democratic shills. And I think he did some other shit. But the platinum plan, look up the Trump platinum plan. It was for 500 billion with a B, baby. The platinum, it was the platinum plan, and that's what Ice Cube was purporting, and everything got all funky. And then now here we are. We got fucking nothing. So we thought, and then Ice Cube told us Kamala and Biden said that, oh, I'll talk to you after the election. And ain't nobody talked to Ice. Everybody got their ass to kiss. We ain't got no $5 billion. But at least, and people's like, oh, Trump, he fucking lying. Well, if he's lying, he's flying. At least he has a whole fucking website. You can still Google it. He at least did the effort to put that stuff together and propose it to us. We rejected it. We rejected $500 billion. And what we have to understand from a political standpoint, yeah, we're going to take these little bit of money. They like little nuggets here, there, and there until we get our reparations. We ain't stopping on our reparations, but we still want that annual appropriations. We want that $500 billion annual basis. We got to grab that shit too. We got to grab that money, but we still got to fight for our reparations. So I don't want the Republicans to think just because we're upset over immigration that they got a shoe in the automatic vote. No, we want you to bring back, and we need to Trump bring back that platinum plan. I already know what that plan said. It's 500 billion. We can work with 500 billion right now. We got to get what the fuck we can get right now. And we still ain't stopping on our reparations because 500 billion ain't enough. We understand, and we know where we going. We know these steps, if you really know.
That's what I'm talking about, sister. Man, you know I had to bring you on, Sister Sean. Much respect, much knowledge, much certified energy like we bring all the time over here. I appreciate you for coming on, sister. We're going to continue until we get that bag, and we're going to run everybody out the paint, sister. I appreciate you.
Yeah, and I thank you, and I think you and Marcel and you guys went and Giselle, you guys went and stepped up to the NAA. I did see that.
Yes.
So I want to thank you for your service.
Thank you, sister. I appreciate you. You know, we go way back, so I appreciate you for continuing to run these people out the paint, continue to give it to them the way it's supposed to be, straight direct. So thank you, my sister. I'm going to bring you back on here again.
All right, I'm going to take you. I'm coming off the mic. I'm just going to listen to you now, commentary.
All right, now, certified salute, sister. All right, y'all. All right. That was our Sister Sean right there. And that right there is what we talk about, y'all. That's that energy that we need. That's how we go forward. I want y'all to think about what our sister broke down. A lot of great points in terms of the little backdoor things that they've been doing. This shows you something's by design. When they start doing things behind the scenes in a little slick way, that lets you know everything is by design. And this is what we got to do. We got to call it out. We got to regulate it. And you regulate it by calling it out. So it goes hand in hand. Think about what you're saying about those prisons. You kind of already see it. See, it's not just about bringing people in, telling everybody that they created hip hop or telling everybody that, you know, they're the new voter block. It's a bunch of little nuances that we all be seeing. And it's a good thing that we all convene and we break this down, because y'all going to say something that I didn't know. And then I'm going to learn it, and then I'm going to go tell somebody else. Each one teach one. This is how we deal with this erasure at play here. So this is exactly the type of energy that we need. Certified salute, big certified salute to Sister Sean, because every single thing she said is exactly what we see in terms of this immigration invasion, in terms of the words that they use. All this newcomers and asylum seekers, those little fancy words they want to put a little cherry on top, sprinkle sugar on it. All that is meant to confuse us and to dilute us. So we have to continue to say it for what it really is. And when we say things for what it really is, then we know exactly what's going to occur. I want to show y'all this right here. This was just a mere few months or years ago. This was Donald Trump. Tell me if what was said right here isn't exactly what happened in terms of the Biden administration and in terms of what Donald Trump said that he was going to do to stop some of this illegal migration, immigration, invasion. 2020, watch this, y'all.
He was trying to warn us. Listen to this.
Over 130 legislators in this chamber have endorsed legislation that would bankrupt our nation by providing free taxpayer-funded health care to millions of illegal aliens, forcing taxpayers to subsidize free care for anyone in the world who unlawfully crosses our borders. These proposals would raid the Medicare benefits of our seniors and that our seniors depend on, while acting as a powerful lure for illegal immigration. That is what is happening in California and other states. Their systems are totally out of control, costing taxpayers vast and unaffordable amounts of money. If forcing American taxpayers to provide unlimited free health care to illegal aliens sounds fair to you, then stand with the radical left. But if you believe that we should defend American patients and American seniors, then stand with me and pass legislation to prohibit free government health care for illegal aliens.
Ooh, I'm telling you right now, it was all laid out. It was all said. It was all laid out. Everything that we see. See, when folks was running around here on that we all friends and we all buddies, that's exactly what ended up happening. You end up getting that right there. This is the type of game. So it's not necessarily just about seeing it happening from that side, but it's also about seeing it happen from that side. And notice he said exactly what Sister Sean was talking about the taxes and how they tried to implement that and slide it in. Foundational Black Americans, we are paying taxes that are basically bringing these people in. We already fought for laws that brought these people in. Every single thing that these people receive is coming directly from us. It's not coming from them. It's coming from us. We are the ones that have been providing these people's lifestyle. I always say these tethers, these blenders, these fleers, they only get by off of getting things from us. If they do not get it from us, family, they don't have nothing. What have they ever earned in this country? They ain't never earned nothing. They ain't never got nothing on their own. Every single thing that they've ever got came off of foundational Black Americans' backs, all the way to what they're getting right now. What we say is a very deep conversation, but we're going to break it down to the T. Look at this. This shows you again, fam. We're going to go through some footage. I'm going to show y'all the receipts. We done already got it rolling. We got about 490 people, almost 500 people in here. We done already got it rolling in terms of the receipts. Now we about to drop some real ones. Now let's take it to another level, y'all. We talked about it from a domestic level. We talked about how when you speak of immigration and invasion, you have to also speak about two things. It is about coming in here and trying to be elevated above foundational Black Americans, and it's also about coming in here and being next to the dominant society. These people all want to do it. Immigration is not just a political policy. It is also about supremacy and the mentality. These people come from all these different places on the planet Earth, and they want to come over here and be next to Karen. They want to come over here and be next to Ken. I'm going to say something that ain't nobody really talked about because folks been real scared to say it, but I'm going to say it what it is, all right? These people are jealous of foundational Black Americans, one, because we've done more than them, because we don't run, we don't hide, we don't flee, we don't skip, we don't jump, we don't swim across oceans, none of that. That's one issue. They're also upset because they see that we live right here in America next to Karen and Ken, and we don't give a damn. We say we're going to do our own thing. We're going to have our own business. You ain't coming to the cookout. You ain't coming to hang out with us. We stay in our own FBA lane. And all of these other people, the tethers, the fleers, the hoppers, the skippers, the jumpers, they wish that they live here and they were in our position. Because if they were in our position, they'd have Karen over, Ken over every single day. They'd be cooking for them, cleaning for them, rolling out the red carpet for them. Y'all know that would it be. Why? It's because we're seeing it now. Remember, 2 weeks ago, we broke the story right here. You start to see it now, but you start seeing the story about what I was calling adopt a slave. Y'all remember that story, adopt a slave. Let me go ahead. I'm going to pull that up, matter of fact, while we here. Y'all remember I was talking about adopt a slave program where these people are coming over here from all different areas of the world, particularly in Haiti. And when they get over here, what are they doing? They're literally cooking and cleaning for the dominant society. Yes, they are. They are cooking and cleaning. They're being happy slaves. Straight up and down. That's all they're doing. Nobody can dispute it. I seen some guy, he was on the internet. He was like, man, Black Alpha, that ain't what they doing. They just happy to be where they was at. No. They came over here, y'all, and they are being happy slaves. They are doing whatever the dominant society, they're cooking and cleaning. They're being adopted slaves. That is exactly what they're doing. I'm going to pull up the footage, y'all, so we can break this all the way down. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Check this out, y'all. This is the Adopt a Slave program that you have been seeing, and it is another part of supremacy right
for
here.
jobs.
In family,
NBC 10's Aaron Logan report.
that story broke, and there's been more stories that have broke since then. This is the Adopt a Slave program. These people are running all the way over here to the United States of America, and they're doing it so they could be right next, yes, to W-Zaddies and mommies, and they can hang out, and they can come over here. They don't just want to replace us for a good job. No, they want to replace us with proximity next to the dominant society. They want to be next to Karen. They want to be next to Ken, Billy Bob, Meth Head Melissa, Trailer Park Trevor. Because if that's what it was, that would make their day. And then they can write back home and tell all their friends, oh, guess who lives next to me? I live next to a W woman. And their friends back where they come from will be like, are you serious? You live next to a W? What is it like? Well, those Black Americans don't appreciate it. Hell no, we don't give a damn. This is what we're talking about. This is the Adopt a Slave program where these people are coming over here and they are more than happy to sit next to the dominant society, and they are more than happy to do all of their dirty work. Watch this, family.
A migrant family from Haiti is sharing their experience. They're searching for shelter in the Boston area and then recently found a host home in Brookline. And now they're looking for jobs. As NBC 10's Aaron Logan reports, they say these last few weeks have been life-changing. And
it's been an emotional few weeks for Wildande Joseph and her husband. First, sleeping on the floor at Logan Airport, then in Children's Hospital with their 2-year-old daughter who got very sick. She felt bad, as any mother would. Now things are looking much brighter as they've been welcomed into Lisa Hillenbrand's Brookline apartment.
Tu niña es muy alegre ahora.
Sí, muy alegre. Cuando se levanta en la mañana, se dice, "Ay, Lisa."
She says her daughter is very happy. When she wakes up in the morning, she says, "Hi, Lisa," and everyone starts the day smiling.
It's a delight. And it's really fun having them. What I realized is there's so much prejudice against refugees, mostly because people don't know them.
Lisa says she feels like she has her own personal chef, as Wildande loves cooking.
¿Te gusta la ocupación?
Sí.
In fact, her goal is to open up her own restaurant.
Quiero tener mi propio restaurante.
The couple has their...
Stop! I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I got to interject real quick. Did that W. Karen say that she really believes she has her own personal chef? When we say that we are different, when we say that we are not the same, that right there is what we're talking about. You come all the way over here from Haiti and you are somebody's personal chef. No brother or sister in the United States of America would go for that. They are literally happy to be over there in Massachusetts being the slave for the dominant society. You cannot make this up. And she talking about she can't wait to open up her own store. You ain't opening up a damn thing. Stop playing. I don't know what world you think. I don't know what hustle that Karen has sold you, but you ain't opening up no store, Miss Haiti. You're going to be right there for the rest of your life, cooking and cleaning, mopping and dusting, and you're going to be happy while you're doing it. This is why we are different. Ain't going to be no adopt the slave.
Their work permits, and they've been taking English classes.
Yo cualquier trabajo va a hacer para guardar mi dinero para hacer mi futuro.
They're open to work anywhere to save money for their future. In the meantime, they're enjoying their time with Lisa, their new friend for life, and their daughter's new grandmother.
They are hardworking. They want to learn. They want to be successful. And I feel great helping, and I get to understand the refugee crisis from the inside.
Lisa says she's so impressed by the number of people she's met right here at Brookline Town Hall meetings who've been stepping up and hosting families. She's hopeful more will do the same in the coming days and weeks.
Stop. Hold up. Wait a minute. She said, now you got to be careful. Yes, family, that is a real life Get Out. The movie Get Out, they are literally living it out. This is why we say we're different, y'all. This is why we say we are not the same as them. Stuff like that right there. And you got to be real careful because y'all know the dominant society, they know when to flip-flop, play both sides of the argument, spin it, twist it, all the above. Karen is saying, well, I really got an understanding of what the migrant crisis is. No. She doesn't give a damn about the migrant crisis, none of that. What it really is, y'all, is that she's benefiting from the migrant crisis based on the fact that she got somebody over here to do some slave work for her. You see how literally, family, 250 years ago, Black Americans were getting out of slavery. These folks are coming here to get in slavery. So that is literally a 250 150-year difference between where we were back then and where they are today. That's the difference, y'all. They are literally running over here to get in somebody's household that's from the dominant society. Trust me, they would never want to come over here and live with a bunch of black folks. Oh, no, they'd rather live in the street than live with a bunch of black folks. But when it comes to Karen, running over here. And Karen's sitting there trying to act like she's down and it's cool and she understands it. No, she found her a slave, an adopt a slave program. So these are all the different aspects of this invasion, right? You have the aspect of coming in and trying to replace foundational black Americans. You also have the aspect of these folks getting slave labor, all right? The dominant society is going to try to benefit off of this in every way they possibly can. And that is one of the main ones. They say, we can bring them over here and we can use them as some type of doormat. They can do all the cooking and cleaning. We can tell them we're going to give them this, tell them, give them that. And y'all notice the whole time they ain't say nothing about pay. They ain't say nothing about pay. They ain't say, we're going to give you a stack of quarters. They ain't say $1. They ain't say nothing. They didn't even talk about it. They just said, it's cool to come here and cook. Are you surprised that some folks would migrate here from Haiti and the first thing you see about them is they in the kitchen for Karen? The first thing you see with these people, they come over here and they're in the kitchen working for Karen and Ken. That's the first exact thing. If I went to y'all 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and I said, I will bet you that you would see these people migrate here and then they would go openly, willingly work for the dominant society, you would have said, hey, I'll make $1 million because I guarantee you that's going to be what happens. And that's exactly what happened. Since we broke that story the last time, y'all, check this one out. There's another story about the same exact thing. It's going right on down, y'all. This is what's happening. This is the Adopt a Slave program. Mind you, Massachusetts is what? 0.2% black. And it seems like all the black folk in Massachusetts are out there working with this Adopt a Slave program. Oh, they're going to benefit off of the immigration situation. Yes, indeed. Since we broke the last story, now watch this story, family. It's going on again with another Karen and Ken.
Colin and Jessica Stokes called the state to sign up to be a host family. It took less than an hour for the displaced migrants to be dropped off at their door.
I gotta get cheese on the bed. How many people are coming? Where are they from? What ages? We really knew nothing.
The need is so clearly overwhelming.
The family of four who didn't want to go on camera had been sleeping at Logan Airport. The parents and two kids journeyed from Chile to Texas, then Massachusetts, and there are so many stories like it.
It boggles the mind that there are so many hundreds of those stories.
Colin and Jessica Stokes called the state to sign up to be a host family. It took less than an hour for the displaced migrants to be dropped off at their door.
I gotta get cheese on the bed. How many people are coming? Where are they from?
I gotta get cheese on the bed. I'm so happy. Da, 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 da. Look at that right there, y'all. Another one. A host family? No, that sounds like slave master. Let's go do some certified translation. Because you know they always gonna say it's this, but it's really that, right? They say newcomer, we say no, illegal. They say migrant, we say illegal. They say host family, we say slave master. They say migrant family, we say no, adopt a slave program. Look at that right there. Them is two different ones. And that's going on all across the East Coast. It's going in the Midwest, and you're starting to see it pop off in the South too. Yes, it's already been going on in California. California's been doing it a little different. They've been on some sneak, hush. You know, there's have a maid or somebody. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Y'all remember Arnold Schwarzenegger? He ended up sleeping with the damn the maid and had a kid. It's been going on in California for a long time, but it's been real hush. They don't just openly say it's an adopt a slave program or host this family. This is what we're talking about. This is what they're doing. We know this because we've been seeing it. But fam, it doesn't just stop with the dominant society. No, you got Tether on Tether adopt a slave program. Yes, this is another story that we broke right here on the Black Alpha Network. Do you know that in New York City, you have African migrants who are keeping other African migrants in their basements, like way underneath the damn store that they work at, and they're getting money off of these people? They're making them pay. Listen, I'm going to show y'all this, and there's going to be 100 ways we can unpack it. There's going to be 100 ways we can break it down because this is absolutely insane, y'all. But this is another element of this illegal invasion that we've been calling out since day one. Watch this right here, y'all. This is not Karen and Ken. This is Mr. Mutombo. Mr. Mutombo, y'all, he just so happens to have a whole crisis. But in this crisis, Mr. Mutombo, he has some other migrants, and he's been keeping them under his store. A Bronx homeowner illegally takes in West African immigrants. I ain't lying, y'all. Check this out.
Tonight, dozens of migrants found living in the basement of a store.
Dozens of migrants from West Africa paid $2,400 deposits and $300 a month to stay in a tiny retail space in squalid, dangerous, and illegal conditions. But the men paid their rent and had no idea they could be kicked out because the space was being used illegally. The owner of this space, who is taking rent here and taking substantial deposits here, owns another space in Queens that was also housing West African men. A vacate order was issued there tonight. The men kicked out of this Bronx shelter stood on the streets, not sure what they would do next.
They kick them out, so they don't have no place to sleep. I'm wondering if the police is gonna leave them like that, or they're gonna take them to their shelter. That's what I just want to know.
Late tonight, some of the residents did board a bus that would take them to a legal shelter. The owner now faces zoning law violations.
I just spoke to the landlord, and he confirmed to me that he had 74 migrants living in this property, living in the basement. You can see police officers are here on scene. It's all part of this ongoing investigation.
When I told them that they don't want to go, because they all say they don't want to go. They rather stay here than go back over there. Okay, I was trying to, talk to them, talk to the guy who was in charge. He told me that he promised me that they will have a place for them. They have a place for them. This is what he told me. We have a place for them. They're going somewhere. I told him, are you sure of that? Because I don't want them to go back through the same thing again. That's why they're here.
And I also spoke to the neighbor, the next door neighbor, who said she was the one who called 311. She made the complaints. She said she was just concerned for her safety because of noticing all of the e-bikes that were parked next door to her property. Now, we're being told this all started with FDNY inspectors looking into that complaint made by that next.
Right there, y'all. That right there again. Tell me this is not Adopt a Slave program. Look at all the factors here, right? This really, foundational Black Americans over here, like we way over here. You have people who are fleeing from their homelands to America, and when they get here, they're either A, working for Karen as a maid, as a cook, as a housekeeper, adopt a slave, or you're sleeping in a basement with 74 other people, and the person who is charging you is another immigrant. Now, let me ask y'all this question. How in the hell are they getting that much money to pay the rent? Did you hear how much money that they said they was paying, dude? How in the world are these migrants getting that much money and paying rent to this guy? It sounds like they're being broke off money, and then another person from the same backstabbing culture came and pulled him in, and he said, well, we're going to bring you on in and let me go ahead and have you sleeping under the damn basement under the store that I work. That is some tether on tether crime. That's that backstabbing culture. That right there is why they come over here and they got an issue with foundational Black Americans. It's based off of stuff like that, y'all. That is what we're talking about. It's that type of energy. This is why foundational Black Americans say we don't get into all that tribalism stuff. Ain't no way in hell we gonna take a brother or sister and say 74 of y'all can sleep underneath the store in the basement under the worst conditions, and y'all still gonna have to pay me money. That dude is a con artist, tether hustler. Only difference is that that's how he's treating his people. But guess what? That is the same stuff they do over in Africa. That's the same stuff that they do over in Africa. They're bringing all of that, I don't give a damn, tribalism. Y'all can sleep in the worst conditions. Just give me my money. That's the Mr. Mutombo hustle. And they're doing it over here in America. This is what we've been calling out for the longest amount of time. And we're watching it play out live and in living color, y'all. Now, let me, before we go any further, as we proceed, I want to bring Sister Sean back up real quick because she wanted to tell y'all something else, man. So let's bring up our sister one more time so she can drop some more of them real facts, y'all. My sister, are you there?
Yes. I don't know if you can hear me. Thank you. Thank you for the next opportunity. But what I want to put in the mindset of our people, can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound perfect.
Okay. So what I want to hear, this is the whole lazy thing. So, I'm really perturbed about that with these immigrants and telling us we're lazy. So to come back with that, the comeback slap is that the only reason why the Negro was lazy was after 250 years of giving you free labor. So now, after we gave you 250 years of free labor, all of a sudden we fucking lazy? So these people got to be taught. It got to be, it is not just them. We got to teach them. We got multifaceted type of adversaries. This is what I want you all to remember. The United States of America, what got its independence, that's what everybody, 4th of July, Independence Day, 1776. I got my calculator out. 171776 minus 2024. That's only 248 years. You've got to understand this country is a relatively young country in terms of empires. You all ain't did everything. Cotton was king. We got everything. We built all of your economy. We were the economy. We were the motherfucking Bitcoin. That's why you got all this money to throw the fuck around with all these motherfucking foreign aid and all that bullshit. That's the foundational Black Americans' money. We want our money back. We want our reparations. And I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gonna go ahead and listen. But I need y'all my young people. I'm pouring everything I got in my heart into you. That's how you fight them motherfuckers. Listen.
Appreciate you. You already know, sister, anytime. Black Alpha Network, this is the zone for saying what you want and keeping it certified and all the way excellent, sister. So, you know, I'm bringing you on back. Certified salute, sister. All right, y'all. All right. Hey, y'all know how we do. Oh, we cooking right now. Yes. We got 500 people in here. Y'all smash that like button. Subscribe to the Black Alpha Network if you haven't already. Now let's take this to another level, y'all. Check this out. You know how we say there's an erasure? And you know how they run around and they try to tell us, y'all, that there's some type of, you know, we got to go get the black church. We got to go get this. You starting to see some folks from the black church now and they starting to call things out. You starting to see a whole lot of things changing now because foundational Black Americans have laid down the groundwork. We took the root work, the groundwork, and we made it work. You feel me? And now we're taking it to another level. Like our sister just said, y'all, understand this for certain. We are the ones who built this country. We ain't going nowhere. You cannot replace and you cannot erase what is exceptional. And last time I checked, we are the most exceptional, hands down. Look at this, y'all. Everyone knows that there's an erasure going on, and this is what they've been trying to do. Did y'all see this footage right here where this bishop came out? I think it was Bishop Wooden. He came out and he was talking about they trying to replace y'all. This is what happens when foundational Black Americans put things out in the stratosphere. It travels fast like wildfire, y'all. And our grassroots momentum is picking up day by day, and they are all starting to feel it. Watch this right here. This is deep.
This out and listen to what this pastor have to say about Black History Month. Wow. Just listen.
This is a good Black History Month, sir. Because there ain't going to be no Black future if we keep letting these people come to our HBCUs, go to places where we collect, and convince us to kill our children and to have smaller families. And these are the same people who keep the border open. Them brought in 8 million people in the last 3 years. Ain't nobody vetted. They're killing people.
Wow.
All kinds of things. But those folk have been brought in to replace us. And the next move is going to be that they're going to begin to push amnesty to give those people the right to vote. When that happens,
come on,
that's going to erase the Black man. And the Black family. Oh, it's a plan. That's a plan. I've been talking to you about it for a long time. That's a plan. God showed it to me. That's a plan.
Come on, Wooden.
Why would they do this? Several reasons. Number one, cheaper labor.
Facts.
We ain't gonna work for nothing. We did that. It was called slavery.
Yep.
We ain't doing that no more. Neither should we.
Facts.
And then the other thing that's attractive is the new folk that they're bringing in, unlike us, they'll vote both ways.
Facts. Facts.
See, when you got one group of people who 99% of the time vote one way,
Democrat.
that group of people have just made themselves obsolete.
Facts.
Because the people who you vote for 90+% of the time know that they ain't got to do anything for you to get your vote because you're going to do it. Except visit your churches every 4 years and come stop by and tell you they're going to put y'all back in chains.
Joe Biden.
They're going to send y'all back to Africa. They don't want y'all. I don't feel no way, sir.
Hillary Clinton.
And we fall for it every time. Every 4 years we fall for it.
Facts.
Well, that says to that party, you don't have to do anything for them.
Democrats.
And then the other party that know you ain't gonna vote for them no matter what they do.
Republicans.
They have no incentive at all.
Facts.
Now they brought in a group of people who both groups can fight for. It takes us and moves us out.
Wow.
I've been saying this for years.
Wake up, black folk. Wake up,
I
black
didn't
folk.
start saying this last year or 2 years ago. God showed me. God showed me. Showed me the plan. I've talked to politicians. You get their confidence on both sides. They'll tell you neither party of the two major parties, neither one of them are counting on us being around in the next 50 years or so.
Wow.
They won't tell you, but they moved on. They took their children. I'm almost through preaching.
Well, check this out and listen to what.
Family. Damn. That right there is what we talking about. When you start, there's a couple things. Let's unpack, y'all. We're going to unpack all that. First off, certified salute. Second, when you start hearing that talk coming from the bishops, the pastors, the preachers, the church, oh, that's some real certified foundational Black American energy up in there. Notice when he was dropping them points, you was hearing clap, clap, clap. There wasn't a whole gang of claps, right? But it shows you it don't matter what area, what environment, when we bring the real, you cannot deny it. Notice what he said. He said something very, very, very significant that stood out there. He said, when you talk to these politicians, the main thing that they're saying is that they don't even expect us to be around in 20 to 30 years. Yes, because that's a plan on both sides. Once again, rewind, replay back to the beginning of this video. When I said it and I opened up, I said they want to make sure that foundational Black Americans are pushed out and you bring everybody else in. Why? Because we are the only people who stand up to the system of supremacy. It's always been that way. That is a certainty. Foundational Black Americans have been the only people who have ever stood up to supremacy. Supremacy believes that if you can get the FBA out the way, it's smooth selling. It's smooth selling. Why? It's because they know you're going to get a whole bunch of adopt a slave programs. That's what you're going to get. That same energy that had folks cooking and cleaning and washing from Karen, that's the type of energy that you're going to get if you bring in these other people. The same tether who had other Black people living under the store and was charging them, massive amounts of rent. That's the type of energy you're going to get with these people. They do not wake up and want to handle supremacy. They focus everything on hating on us. So it is on us that we have to continue to push it. Dr. Claude Anderson said this years ago. He said we got until the year 2016 to put it together. We've passed 2016. So we have to work overtime and we got to put in that work. That is because they know that we know what they're up to. Therefore, we're going to have to continue to push it and make it go. So you're seeing that type of language going to the churches and you're seeing it solely based on the fact that we are changing the world, y'all. We are changing the world. We cannot be denied. I remember a time when you had the Black grassroots. You always had certified Black Americans. You always had people who are on code. It was like an underground rapper. You were the best rapper in the room, but you ain't sold one record. You was the best rapper in the room. You can rap circles around everybody, but you ain't sold no units. It's like the girl that you know is the best singer in the world, but she's only singing at the church in the house. She's not going platinum. I've been saying, since we went to Carolina on King Day, I said we going platinum. I said it's all of our goal personally to take this movement to another level. No longer will we be smart people who are underground. No longer will we be intelligent people who aren't being heard. We're going to take it to another level. Certified salute to our brother Tariq Nasheed. Tariq said it best. He said when he looked at all of the old scholars and all the master teachers, they used to be on grainy VHS tapes, you know what I'm saying, teaching in schools and basements. And then he made Hidden Colors. He put them all on the forefront, cleaned up the audio, cleaned up the video, and now they're all world-renowned and famous. A lot of these master teachers that we had in the 80s and the 90s, they were on a small underground level. Tariq took them and put them on a mainstream level. And now we know all about them. That's what we're going to continue to do in this movement. We're going to take it to another level and then another level. And you see it happening right now. This is why they cannot deny us. That wasn't the only time. Check this out right here. Y'all remember this pastor right here? He was going in on the Biden administration. So you see all these people calling out mass immigration.
Year ago, you were paying $2 a gallon.
Why are they calling out mass immigration? Because they see that we've been the ones making all of the groundwork and we've been the ones breaking it down. Watch this right here, y'all.
I hope y'all like y'all's president. Because in a year's time, he screwed the whole nation up. No, our nation's gone backwards. A year ago, you were paying $2 a gallon for gas. Yeah, let's take it where you can relate. And you're paying almost $4 now because of his decisions. Yeah, it's his decisions. 2 million people have crossed our borders from Mexico. Now he's getting political. No, kingdom. And kingdom. Screwed it up. And they put on airplanes. Read your paper. No, they ain't gonna put this in your paper. They don't report this. But they are flying people who cross the border illegally. Your government is flying them to cities across the United States and putting them up in hotels and paying for them with your money. Yeah, he must be a Trump supporter. No, I believe. Yep. I ain't a brainwashed Negro. Brainwashed Negro. God gave me a brain. And I'm not a sheep.
That part right there, it goes back, y'all. This is what's happening. We're calling them out, and now everybody else is calling them out. We influence everything. I always say our victories do not look like everybody else's. There was a time you would have never heard that talk from the church. The church, you wouldn't have ever seen it. They would have ran your ass out the church talking like that. Now you're starting to see people get on that game, get on that time because of us. That is what we got to do. We got to continue that type of energy, and we're pushing it along. This is the way we break the game down. Check this out, though. Everybody knows what's going on in terms of migration, the invasion. We know how they're bringing in these people. We know how they're giving these folks money. They're subsidizing them. This comes along with a deal, all right? We broke on this channel right here, family, about a month ago. We had an episode, and we were talking about how it's planned, and I showed everybody this illegal migration invasion is not just coming in on the domestic level. It's not just people at the border. We got to recondition our minds. No longer now, fam, are you seeing a bunch of people at the border and they're broke down, they're poor, they're walking. No, we have to change the visual of what we see in terms of a migrant, okay? What you really see now, y'all, you're seeing people come in with three-piece suits. They got on hats. They got fitted hats on. They got necklaces. They're blinging. They got ice on. They shining. Why? It's because these people are being handpicked and recruited. Immigration is about recruiting new members of the dominant society and creating puppets for the dominant society. Either you want to bring them in from the Ukraine and slowly give them supremacist status, or you want to bring them in from Haiti, from Mexico, or Africa and give them puppet status, all right? This is all a part of it. And we're going to break down every single element of this illegal invasion, and we're going to show everybody, undisputable, with accurate precision, that this is not only an invasion that's happening on the domestic levels to grand scale, and it goes all the way up to the top. I broke right here on the Black Alpha Network that you have something called the IOM, okay? This is an international United Nations organization that moves people all throughout the country, right? It's deeper than that. A lot of people didn't know that you have something called Miles for Migrants. Miles for Migrants is an actual subsidized organization. They're funded by every single rich company you could think of, and they all get money so they can fly people throughout the nation. There was a secret election, all right? I won't even say a secret. There was an abrupt election. It was between Europe and America on who was going to control the IOM. and this was the United Nations, okay? And Joe Biden put one of his puppets in place. This all happened a few months ago, all right? We broke that right here on the Black Alpha Network. There's an episode we did, it's called, Was the Migrant Crisis Planned? And we showed and we put up the person's face and every single person that the Joe Biden administration did. So what you have is Europe. In Europe was having a battle between supremacy on who was going to control the migrant influx coming into America and Europe as well. And guess what? America won. And guess what? Joe Biden put his head person at the top and they brought him in. I'm going to show you guys how this is all planned and how these people are getting money. They're getting cell phones, and we're going to put out evidence. There's nothing we're about to say that we're not going to actually show you evidence of. Lock in tight, y'all. We are about to go 1,000,000 miles an hour. Check this one out right here. We're going to start with the cell phones, y'all. Watch this. This is going to show you that this is not only planned, this is absolutely orchestrated. Watch this. Illegal immigrants are rewarded with free cell phones, and some court dates aren't until 2027. Watch this, y'all. We're going to break down everything they got. All right. I don't give a damn. The new bag, the new shoes, the cell phones. We're going to show you exactly where all the money's going to. We ain't going to just talk about immigration and talk about who to vote for. Nah, we're going to get to all the details. We in the trenches out here. Black Grassroots. Wait a minute. That looked like a cell phone to me. That looked like a bunch of illegals, and that looks like a cell phone. Where all that money coming from? I thought these people walked all the way to this country for a free life. I thought these folks was just down bad. I thought there was no invasion. I thought there was nothing by design. I thought this wasn't supposed to just go on. Where all this money come from? Because when Foundational Black Americans say we want something, they say they ain't got it. Not to mention, Eric Adams is talking about giving people, not talking about, doing. He's giving folks prepaid card, welfare, giving them free money, free food, free housing, free everything. That is a cell phone. That is given to them by the United States government. Watch more. Wait a minute. Now, those are Africans right there. And look at the Africans. They breaking open their new cell phones. These are people from all over the world. You got folks coming in from the West, from the East, and from the South. And they are both doing what? Opening cell phones. Just giving, you got, first off, we're talking about 8 to 10 million illegals who come in. If you're offering and issuing them all phones, family, that alone is millions of dollars. Not to mention the high rises, not to mention the hotels, not to mention the e-bikes, not to mention all the other money that they're receiving. You're already right now, family, this has been a 32-second video, and we're already probably 800,000 people, and we're probably about $1 billion. Check it out for more. They are on a beach, just got off their boat. Let's be honest with you. Africans in America on a beach, that means they just got here on a boat. They just got here on a boat. And what was waiting for them? Not detention, not agents, not people who are going to send them back. When these people get here, they're being met with open arms and hugs and cell phones. If you really want to send these people home, you know where they are. The cameras find them. It's on TikTok. It's on Instagram. It's on Twitter. How come all these other people can find them? We know where they're coming. But when they get here, they're getting phones. Proceed. They are at the border, reaching across the border, getting their phones charged, y'all. Damn.
Entonces le di, escúcheme, tómamelo ahí, pero le voy a dar la cabeza, pero no me dejes sin espacio porque estamos en orden.
So me and Malcolm go ahead. We're going to get the food.
And everybody knows about it. Watch this.
The illegals, when they cross into the country, they want that MTA, that motion to appear in court. Is that correct? Now, Mr. Lyons, could you tell me for sure when they get this MTA, does that automatically qualify them for benefits?
Yes, it does.
So you're telling me they come.
Okay, let me tell y'all what he's saying. First off, it says illegals get $800 a month in benefits. And when they come here, they want a motion to appear, a MTA, a motion to appear in court. And we all know their court dates are not until 2027, 2028, 2030. So basically, they're on a free pass. When they come here, they want to be classified and they want the verification of motion to appear. Once you get classified as motion to appear, then you get the benefits of $800 a month on top of all the other things that are off the books. So this shows you the migrants are coming here wanting to get caught because they know they're not getting sent home if they get caught. If they get caught, they're getting more money. And watch the way this guy omits it.
Come into the country, they turn themselves in, and then they get the MTA, and they are qualified for benefits from the American taxpayer.
Yes, sir.
Do we have any idea how much those benefits run, or how? Any idea? Have you heard that, Mr. Lyons?
Up to $800 a month.
$800 a month. And so I understand too. We give them a cell phone.
Yes, we
have
do.
y'all heard that we actually give them a cell phone? My kids would probably rather come across the border, honestly, sometimes.
Yes, sir.
So we give them a cell phone that they can jailbreak and use it however they want. My understanding. Go ahead, Lyons. I'm waiting. I want to hear what you got to say.
Well, it was just they give them that phone so that they know where they're at. But we have a 95% failure rate to appear for those motions.
So you mean they take our phones, but they don't take our phone calls? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, sir. Yes, it's the.
Listen to what he just said. They have a 95% failure to appear in court by the migrants, y'all. That means at a massive level, these folks are saying the hell with answering to y'all. I'm in the country. I got my motion to appear, my MTA. I got my cell phone. I got my $800 a month on top of the other hundreds and thousands of dollars that we're getting on local benefits. I'm gone. Let me ask y'all this. If somebody comes to this country, they flee to this country, they haven't been vetted, we don't know who they are, and they get a motion to appear in court, you think they're showing up to court 3 years from now? You think an illegal is going to come to your country, get a motion to appear in court, and actually do it? Hell no. But they got that cell phone, and what dude said, we're giving them phones, but they ain't answering our phone calls. That's the way it works. And check this out. I was able to obtain this, y'all. This right here is actual satellite footage of the phones. This is what's happening with the phones. Check this out. Do you want to know where all the illegals with Biden's phones are at? One of the maps published as part of the Heritage Report showing the movement of cell phone locations over the span of a month from migrant facilities in the U.S. near the border with the Mexico border and other parts of the country. Look at that map right there, family. Look at that. That right there is the actual tracking of the migrants. Look right down there, migrant. You look at Texas. Look at Texas. Look how blue that is. Okay. Look at New York. Look how blue it is up there. Look at Chicago. Look how blue that is. Those are the three main hubs of migrants. They're being tracked from the specific migrant facilities, and they're going all over the country. Family, that right there is a map of migration. That is where they're headed. So when they say that they're not appearing in court, and they say that they leaving, that right there is exactly what we're talking about. That right there. They know exactly where these folks are, family. These folks is leaving. They out the door. They gone. They ain't coming back. All right. This is what we saying. And they know exactly where these people are. You can trace them. This is why they have a tracer. And they are just letting them go freely. Again, this type of behavior is by design. This is not happening by accident. Not at all. And we all are seeing it, and we're all watching it in real time. In the Black Grassroots, we are the only people who are calling it out. You see that right there. You seen them opening cell phones. You see the guys say that they have a 95% failure rate to respond. And then you see the tracking from the satellites. They know where them folks is going. You see New York, you see Chicago, you see the star of Texas, go throughout the world. That's what we're talking about. But we ain't done, y'all. We already know about them bringing a lot of crime to this country. Oh, we going 100 miles an hour. Let's rock. Check this out right here. This is what's happening at the border. These are border agents going back and forth with these people. Look at these people coming into the country. You see the border agents. By the way, the border agents are the ones that Joe Biden administration put in a special policy basically saying you can't fight these people. The governor of Texas said to hell with that. And watch what's going on right there at the border. Why aren't these people being sent home? Watch how these people fight with border agents and then watch them just walk around them smiling. Check it out. Freeze. Look at these people right here. Look, she's smiling. Family, that woman is smiling. She just broke into the United States of America. You see people in fatigues. You see barbed wire. And you see her walk right around it smiling. They're not serious about stopping this. This is about supremacy. This is about bringing these people into our country. This is how serious they are with trying to replace freedmen. So you can bring this in. This woman is having a hell of a time right there, giggling and smiling, and they walk right around these folks. They gone now. That's it. They gone. That's this person walk on through. They gone. That's it. That's what's happening right there at the border. We ain't done. Check this out. Remember, family, we was talking about them coming in here. We talking about tether on tether crime. Check this out. Jamaican immigrant sues city after his apartment was illegally taken from him and is now used to house migrants. Watch this one right here. This guy's got his apartment taken from him because migrants are coming in. So this guy is a tethered immigrant and he's mad at the other immigrants. Watch.
5-story structure, which has been vacant for years, into transitional housing for families, despite complaints from residents, which believe the area is already oversaturated with shelters. They're calling for permanent housing to tackle the local homeless crisis.
We can't sit back and say it's okay. Our people have to have housing.
Members of the community say they were not notified that the vacant building would be repurposed, and they only noticed something was happening when the furniture was being brought in.
I would like to see is transparency and accountability, because most of the times the community is often finding out things last minute.
Mayor Eric Adams has visited the site twice in recent days following the outcry. Members of the community were even able to tour some of the 35 units. However, they say they were blindsided when they were contacted by Trevor Whittingham, who says he is the building's original owner. Whittingham is now suing in federal court to keep ownership, which he claims was illegally seized after several false mechanical liens were allegedly placed on the property.
I put $8,130,000 of my own money in this building. Wouldn't I be scared? Wouldn't you be scared? They had what you call a secret sale of the building for the referee deed. The building is worth $50 million. $400,000 for a $50 million building. Who could that be? They were the only ones at the auction.
Whittingham, a local business owner who migrated here from Jamaica, says he bought the land back in 1994 after years of working, saving, and securing a bank loan. His plan was to use it for condo apartments. As he waits on a judge's decision, people here have questions of their own.
How is all this able to happen, all this transaction, beds and tables moving in there, when this building is actually in litigation in federal court?
What's your name?
I'm Winston DeVese.
Watch this right here, family. This right here is an illegal, and he says he's voting for Trump, and he said he wants these folks out the country.
All right, where are you from?
From Glen Allen, Virginia, short pump, and I'm from Sri Lanka, supporting Donald Trump all the way from Sri Lanka.
How long have you been, were you born here in the United States?
No, I immigrated in 1998. Yeah, on a diversity lottery program, and I'm enjoying this greatest country on earth today. The greatest country under Donald Trump. He's the man for the job. So if we want to take America back and we want to make America great again.
You're from Sri Lanka. You came here in 1998.
25 years.
What would you say to those people, if, just in case there's one illegal immigrant watching?
I would like to say that we would love to welcome all the immigrants from all over the country, but they have to come the right way.
What is the right way, in your opinion?
The right way is putting an application to this country and waiting online until you've been vetted through the process. We cannot allow everybody to come illegally. I came to this country legally, and I sponsored 23 people to this country legally. So we want everybody to come to this country. This is the greatest country on earth. Everything is over here compared to all other countries in the world, but you got to come the right way.
All right. Okay, man. There's a hell of a lot of stuff to pack with that one, y'all. Okay. So first off, when you start talking about that situation in New York, you see that Jamaican immigrant who came here, he doesn't want the migrants here. So once again, that's migrant on migrant, immigrant on immigrant, okay? Tether on tether. You saw the African guy a few videos ago. He had him living underneath his store in the basement. That issue. You see Mr. Jorge right there, and Jorge was saying, I'm voting for Donald Trump. I don't want them here. So you're seeing this go on all across the whole country, and it's affecting all these different people. Why is it going on that way? Because they don't care. All those people in New York, they was like, yo, why is this happening? How is this happening? You got, they're waiting on litigation to come through. Family, I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. The migrants are going to go ahead and get their way because it's not about that Jamaican. It's not about that store. It's about bringing in everybody so they can try to replace us. This is what the dominant society is doing. You know that we got them desperate. The very fact, y'all, that they're bringing in people, they're not vetting them, they're bringing them through, they're giving them money. When has the dominant society ever done that? When has the dominant society ever been so gracious and beneficial to all of these other people? If you seen somebody from the dominant society and they was giving out cell phones, they was taking people's stores and giving them away. They was giving folks $800 a month, $1,000 a month. They was putting them in 5-star high rises. If you seen the dominant society doing that for somebody who's not even from America, you know they got an agenda. What is that agenda? It's only one that has always been to try to replace FBA. Anytime you see a W being nice to a person of color, that is because they want that person of color to replace us. That's the only reason you'll ever see somebody from the dominant society ever be gracious or kind. That is it. So all that we don't know, why would this happen? I'm going to tell you why. Because of that reason right there. That is the only reason, y'all. It don't stop. Watch this right here, family. Is as we proceed. We talk about them bringing in crime, right? We talk about Venezuela. Look how Venezuelans, they're bringing in people who are straight out of jail in Venezuela. But guess what's happening, y'all? When they're bringing these people in, these people are actually getting pushed away because Venezuela said, we're not even accepting anybody no more. We don't even want our own people back. They need to go to America. Watch.
Removal back to Venezuela. They have, again, been rejected from the Venezuelan government for the last 4 weeks now. So what is
a potential setback for American officials at our southern border? Venezuela has stopped accepting deportation flights from the U.S. and Mexico after a deal between the nations fell apart. Those flights had been seen as a successful way to try to stem the flow of migrants from Venezuela. Correspondent Ali Bradley is live along the Arizona border.
Look at that right there. Venezuela told America, basically, we're not accepting our own people back. They already opened the jails and they said, y'all can have them. We don't want them. We don't want them. Y'all can keep them. And America sitting there saying, well, we don't know what to do. This was all one big plan. Why was this a plan, y'all? It's to bring these people all the way back so they can get their role in there. Yes, indeed. But all right, this right here, though, fam. This is the real. We talk about the borders being open, right? We talk about how all these people are coming in, right? We talk about how there's a different set of rules and there's a plan that they got. Not only are they bringing in people who are migrants, who are immigrants, who are asylum seekers and refugees, they have also had some real funny style people. I need y'all right now to smash that like button. We got 500 plus people in here right now. I need y'all to smash that like button. Much love, much respect. Because I want to break down something real good, fam, that nobody's talking about, but we're going to talk about it right here on the Black Alpha Network. I need y'all to see this. We talk about people coming into the border. And I said we're going to break down who these people really were, right? Let's talk about who these people are. We see these migrants. We see them coming in. But who are these folks? You see folks saying, I'm coming here from Sri Lanka. I'm coming here from here. I'm coming here from here. But we don't really know who these people are. We don't really know where they're coming from. These folks are just showing up at the border, right? Okay. Well, if all these people are showing up at the border and nobody knows who they are or where they came from, then we got to start asking this question. Who's bringing them in? Who's really showing up? And what's the game plan? That's the biggest thing. The game plan on who these people are and what's really going on with all these people. You mean to tell me when you see these folks popping up at the border, we really know who they are? Do we really know who's coming into the United States of America? Because when the dominant society gets on national television and they say we need 11 million people to come in right now, that's basically telling the whole world, show on up. That is a supremacist whistle. We want recruits, come. And a lot of people heard it, and they're coming. Look at this right here, y'all. This is going to get real. I need y'all, for real, to get your screenshot game popping, because we are about to show a whole lot of things, and we're going to break some real stories that you're only going to hear right here on the Black Alpha Network, the Black Grassroots, the new Black media. We got some real evidence of some real sketchy people who are popping up at the border that they've been hush about. Nobody's saying a word, but you know, we don't give a damn. We ain't never scared. We're going to talk about what's going on, and these people are popping up in our communities. Let me show y'all this right here. Watch these people coming in. Who are these people? Where are they coming from? That's the question.
Nepal, where you going? Where you going? Yes. New York?
Yeah, Baltimore.
Baltimore, thank you. You, sir? Where are you from?
Malta.
Where?
Nepal.
Nepal, where are you going?
Malta.
Where?
Malta, New York.
New York, okay, go ahead. You?
Nepal.
Where are you going?
Ohio.
Ohio. Thank you, sir. You?
Nepal.
Where are you going?
New York.
New York. You?
Nepal.
You? Where are you going?
Virginia.
Where?
Virginia.
Virginia?
Yeah.
Or New York?
Virginia.
Virginia. What state? Where are you going?
Virginia. Firefox.
Bronx?
Firefox. BA.
Okay, go. You?
Nepal.
Where are you going?
Baltimore.
You?
Nepal.
Where are you going?
New York.
New York.
Where are you from?
Syria.
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 What's your name?
Freeze, y'all. Look at this right here. You mean to tell me folks are coming into this country? This man is a Syrian man, and he has tactical military gear on? How did somebody from Syria show up at the United States of America border? That's the question we must ask. How is somebody who is from the whole other side of the earth coming all the way here to the United States, to Mexico, and walking through the border? Who are these people? Who are these people coming to the United States of America? And remember the footage that I showed, and remember the picture that I showed. Who are these people coming to the United States of America and coming to 70% of our population? See, we got to see these things, because these people are coming to our communities more than everybody else's. A man from Syria is in Mexico, and he says he's coming to America, and he's wearing tactical gear. Strange.
Milad. Milad? Why'd you come to the U.S.? Why coming to U.S.? No?
No English.
Okay. Where are you from?
From Syria.
Syria? English?
So.
Why are you coming to the U.S.? Why come?
Because we love America, and we need a nice style, a nice life.
Yeah, coming for jobs?
Yeah, a nice job, a nice because our country very weird.
What's your name?
Danny.
Danny. Good luck.
Family, these guys are in tactical gear. Look at that. Look at this gear. Look at that. The guy, that's not no regular little book bag. Look at that. Look what he's wearing, y'all.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
Syria.
Syria? What's your name?
Ahmed.
Ahmed?
Ahmed.
Ahmed from Syria, y'all.
Same question. Why do you come to the U.S.?
Español, Arabic. Inglés.
Español. Where are you from?
Look at them folks running into the country right there, y'all. a damn dog is breaking into America. That is a dog. The dog is hopping the border. They done let Muffy break into the damn country. What does that tell you? But that ain't the end of it, y'all. There's been a story that came out that a lot of people have been talking about, and you haven't really seen it get too much covered, but we're going to cover it right here on the Black Alpha Network. I need y'all to smash that like button. I need y'all to subscribe to the channel. I need y'all to screenshot this. Get your phones ready, y'all. We showed everybody that was coming into the country. We showed everybody that's showing up. You got people from Syria. See, once again, we got to get over this is somebody from Latin America who came here. It ain't just about people from Latin America coming here, y'all. That is a small portion. I want you to remember, they're trying to make us focus on those caravans. How many times do they show y'all a caravan of people coming to America? And when you see these caravans, it'll say there's 5,000 people coming here from Latin America. Then you won't hear about it no more. They use those caravans to deflect us, okay? They want to misdirect us to focus on those people. We're not focusing on Jorge, who's coming here from Venezuela, all right? It's way deeper than that. You got people obviously coming here from China. You got people coming here from Syria. They're showing up wearing tactical gear. I told you, I'm not going to put nothing on the table that I can't show. That right there is people wearing tactical gear coming here from Syria. And they're coming into 70% of our population on the books, okay? 560 sanctuary cities, 70% of our population. These are things that are going to come to us first. There was a story of a man who came across this border from somewhere in the Middle East, a man that has a very checkered, sketchy background. And he showed up at the border and he made some threats to America. Then he disappeared. Nobody's seen him since. I'm going to show you the footage. Then I'm going to show you the follow-up. And then I'm going to show you the excuses. You're going to see this person with your own eyes. Don't let nobody tell you. This is your own eyes. You're going to see this man show up at the border. He's going to say some real threatening things about America. He's going to say, if you don't know who I am now, you will soon know who I am. That is a threat made towards our country. So what I'm telling you is these people coming into the United States of America, we actually have people who are on all types of watch lists that start with a T, okay, and end with an era, okay? This is what we are speaking of people who are coming into the United States of America. Get your phones ready. Screenshot this. Check this out, family. Watch this right here. Black Alpha Network exclusive. I'm going to play the footage, and then I want y'all to be the judge. We're going to break down how they put out some photos that they say is this man, but I want y'all to tell me, is it really? Watch this, y'all. This is going to blow your mind.
To take where I'm from by force. No. So I will not tell you where I'm from.
So these are the people that are breaking into your country, folks.
You asked me, I answered you. What he says.
That's amazing. These are the people right here. That kind of attitude.
Let me educate use it as a weapon. I'm not afraid. I'm so afraid.
Tripod to hold the camera.
Protect my family.
So you see.
Does this man right here look like he's a Hispanic? Does that look like Hispanic to y'all? Does that sound like a Hispanic accent? No, that's from the Middle East. Watch.
There you go. Violence. So there you go.
These are the people that are coming in.
Are the ones laughing.
It's very easy to hide my face, by the way. If you are smart enough, you will know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're going to know who I am.
Freeze. Watch what he says here. He says, soon you're going to know who I am. He says, if you are smart enough to know who I am, you will. It's very easy to find my face. One more time.
Are the ones laughing.
It's very easy to hide my face, by the way. If you are smart enough, you will know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're going to know who I am.
Wow. There we go.
Freeze. Check this out. This man right here, he's a chairman of an unregistered Islamic party. He spent the last 3 months in jail for illegal weapons, inciting all types of terror, and sentencing to change the constitutional system. This man is connected with Iran, and he's connected with Syria. One more.
There's a guy on the border who is answering a reporter's question. Where'd you come from? Who are you? And listen to what he says.
If you are smart enough, you will know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're gonna know who I am. Very easy. The entitlement. No, believe me, I'm much better than that. The entitlement guy.
See, this is why we standing with Texas, because, like, what the fuck he mean by that? Because, like, that shit really do hit different when you find that this guy really actually is a terrorist who just got out of jail. Like, this is what we got at our border right now, bro. This is a real fucking issue, bro. Man, so Texas, keep standing on business, man, because we need to get these motherfuckers out. We don't want to know this motherfucker name.
I don't know if you saw the clip of this guy right here sneaking through the border. Well, he did. He snuck through the border, and he had a little message for everybody in the USA. He said, "You will find out why I'm here."
Do y'all know who this is that they just let across this border? First, I'm going to get into the video of what he said when they let his ass across the border.
By the way,
listen.
If you are smart enough, you will know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're gonna know who I am.
Oh yeah?
Very easy. Wow, very easy. The entitlement. No, believe me, I'm much better than that. The entitlement, guys. Wow.
His name, Masum Samada. I think that's how you pronounce this shit. But he a leader of an Islamic terrorist group, Azerbaijani Islam Party. I think that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, he just now was convicted and served 12 years from trying to overthrow the government. You feel me? They was doing all type of crazy ass shit. He came over here specifically to start chaos. Like Buddy said, y'all gonna see pretty soon. His ass got something orchestrated, organized to fuck some shit up sooner or later. Now I see why Texas and Florida doing the shit that they doing, folks. But hey, y'all tell me what y'all feel about this shit in the comment section.
A migrant that
freeze, y'all. Freeze. Let's run it all the way back. Y'all seen that? Notice what was said. The guy says, "You have entitlement." And the guy says, "Oh no, I'm much bigger than entitlement." No, entitlement, shit. He said, "I'm much bigger than entitlement." He said, "My face is easy to find. You don't know who I am. If you were smart enough to know, you would know. Soon you will know who I am." What kind of threat is that, y'all? It starts with a T. Y'all know what type of threat that is. And the man was coming in through the borders, and he was ducking his head low, and then he got into it with them people. And he straight up said, "I am coming here," and he issued that threat to the United States of America. Yes, he did. This is what's coming across the border. This is what's coming to 70% of our populations, family. We ain't done yet. There's a lot more. Like I said, get your screenshot game on, y'all. This is what we're talking about. Black Ops exclusive. Even Candace Owens heard about it.
That is placing a threat to Americans when people ask him, "Who are you? Where are you coming from?"
If you are smart enough, you will know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're gonna know who I am.
Soon you're going to know who I am. Did that accent sound to you like a Mexican accent? It didn't sound like one to me. The internet sleuthed and tried to determine who exactly that person was because obviously it seems like he is threatening us. It is being speculated that that individual is Masum Samada. Masum Samada leads the Azerbaijan Islamic Party, and they have close ties to Hezbollah. So yes, it is being speculated people that hate the United States are being allowed over the border. And what they're going to do, well, maybe exact revenge.
Smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're gonna know who I am.
Wow, very easy. The entitlement.
No, believe me, I'm much better than that.
The entitlement, guys.
To that answer, soon you will know who I am.
So I'm so happy that a video surfaced because there's an argument that we've made at the United States Supreme Court because we have one or two cases in the Supreme Court as we speak right now against the Biden administration about illegal immigration. And as the court weighs and considers our defense against the Biden lawsuit, they have to consider whether or not there is an invasion going on. I have asserted in court that there is an invasion going on in the United States of America, and that videotape typifies why there is such an invasion. That is.
Boom. Family, oh, it done got real. Oh, it done got real, y'all. Yes, this is way bigger than Julio. This is way bigger than Mr. Sanchez. This is way bigger than George Lopez. This shows you what's really going on at the border. Family, we all grown, we all smart, we all intelligent. We know exactly the type of threat that was. We know exactly what he was getting at. He wasn't saying that because he's coming up here to be a adopted slave. He wasn't saying that because he's coming over here and working at 7-Eleven. That man was saying that clearly. And I want to show y'all some footage. we got some more pictures right here to show y'all exactly who this guy was. Check this out. This is the man who we have identified as Mobsum, whatever, some Mamahiv or whatever. This is the guy right here. As they broke down all of the counts that this man was in. This man has been convicted of all types of activities. This man has been convicted of all types of crimes. This man is the same guy that you've seen coming across that border making those threats, family. Y'all know what we're talking about. This goes to show you that what is going on at that border is far, far more serious than what they're claiming that it really is. But it don't stop just there, y'all. Do you know this is going to prove our point to the maximum? That's the guy, right? Come on, I'm going to ask this to the family. I need the family right now. Check this out right here, y'all. Do you know that they started running damage control? They started sending people out and were telling us, oh, no, that's not him. No, that's just a different guy. This is mistaken identity. They said that guy right there is not the Muslim guy. They said all that threat stuff. Oh, no, that never happened. See, they didn't want that to leak. They didn't want that to get out. They wanted to keep that hush hush. They don't mind showing you Mr. Julio. They don't mind showing you Mr. Gonzalez. They don't mind showing you Mr. Lopez. They don't want to talk about what's really going on at the border, in which we have exclusively put receipts on the table. So, family, let me ask y'all a question. I'm going to show you the person that they have officially came out and said who that was on camera that day. I want to see. I'm going to ask y'all a question. Tell me right now if I'm wrong, y'all. They said that this was really the guy. Look at this right here. They said Samadov said the person in the video didn't look like him and pointed out that the man has few similarities except for the glasses. Look at that right there. This is who they're trying to say was at the border saying that we will all know who he is soon. That is the official person that they're trying to tell us. Let me ask y'all again. Do you think that person is the same person that was on footage that day? That doesn't look like the same person to me. No, 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 no. This is who they're saying that was. They have ran out and tried to say, man, that wasn't really that Samal guy. That was another person. This guy is the real guy. Family, you know like I know, ain't no way in hell that's the same person. This lets you know that they was trying to run a con game. This lets you know that they was up to something, because they were definitely trying to run a hustle on us based on these components right here. That is a lie. That is not the same guy at all, y'all. That is not him. But let me show y'all this. That's the person they said, okay? They said this is really the real guy. They said he called in from Europe. He said, I called in from Europe. That's not really me. Watch this, y'all. Check this out. Check this out. Oh, we got it, y'all. We are in here deep. 500 plus on the Tuesday night. Black Grassroots. Was that the same guy? Or was this the same guy? Somebody tell me right now, right now, right now. Tell me who this is. Is that the person, or was the guy that they just showed a minute ago the person? That right there looks exactly like the Mazdov. The guy you see on your left, that's Mazdov, the person that they have identified as the criminal. The person on the right is the person that we seen in the desert at the border. That does not nowhere near look like the other guy that they were saying. That's the actual footage. That's the actual picture of the guy who said, you will soon know. You mean to tell, thank you, family. Certifies are spoken. That's him. That's what it is. The certifies are spoken. That's him. Y'all know what time it is. That's it right there, y'all. That's the real guy. So we got to ask this question. Why would the government come out and try to tell us that that's not really him and put another person in front of it? Why would they do that unless there's something that has merit and something that we can prove? You're going to get this right here on the Black Alpha Network. We building, we working, we shining, we grinding. This is what we're dealing with 70% of our community and people coming into this country unmarked and unvetted straight to our neighborhoods, around our children and around our families. The man said, you don't know who I am. If you were smart enough, you will know who I am. And soon you will definitely know who I am. and they put out the other picture. Nah. Check this out though, fam. I got another one. This is even a better picture. This is the guy, once again, that they claimed was him. Family, where in the hell does that look like the same guy? Where does that look like the same guy at all? Tell me, where do you see any similarities between him and the guy who said, you will soon know who I am? That right there is a lie. Look at this. I want y'all to notice something. They're not even good with their game. This guy has a mole. Look at that right there. This guy has a mole on his face. The other guy doesn't have one. No, the hell he don't. No, the hell he don't. This guy looks like an old ethnic W. That's all this guy. This guy looked like he may be Latino or European. That's what this guy is. This guy definitely is not the guy in that damn video. Never, not at all. Ain't no way in hell that they're going to try to tell us that is who that is. We are not buying it. Once again, we got receipts all across the table, all the way on the board. This is what we talk about when we say this is Biden's immigration invasion. This is what Black Alpha Network was talking about when we put this all together. This is the truth. This is the reality. This is what we are dealing with. We know absolutely these are different factors. Can't nobody tell us who that person at the border was, and can't nobody try to tell us this dude is the same person. Ain't no way in hell we're buying that at all. There's no possible way you can make that connection, and we refuse to make that connection. We know absolutely what it is. They ran out, family, and they gave us that whole game. They was like, no, that's not him. Look at this guy. Misdirection again. Let's go back to the video that we originally saw. This is the video again. I'll let you guys see it again. This is him. Was that the same dude?
Andrew, your friend.
Are you going to take where I'm from by force?
No.
So I will not tell you where I'm from.
So these are the people that are breaking into your country, folks.
You asked me, I answered you. What he says.
That's amazing. These are the people right here. That kind of attitude.
Let me educate
you. Could use it as a weapon. I'm not afraid. I'm so afraid.
Tripod to hold the camera.
My family.
So you see, there you go. Violence. So there you go.
These are the people that are coming in.
The ones laughing. You didn't know violence.
Very easy to hide my face, by the way. If you are smart enough, you will know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're gonna know who I am. Very easy.
Wow. There we go.
Bam. That part, y'all. That is what we talking about. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. They better try that on somebody else. They better get somebody else to fall for that game, because we're not falling for that at all. This guy right there who made that threat to the United States of America at our border is clearly the Mazov guy. That is him right there. Notice this right here, family. You don't see that mole that you're seeing on the other guy. The other guy had the mole. This man does not have the mole. Look at that right there. It goes to show you. Look at that. No mole. The other man did. This is the same exact guy. So when he goes to our border and he says things like, you don't know who I am, one day you will know who I am, it's exactly the same play. This is the danger of having your borders wide open. This is the dangers of bringing everyone into your country. This is the dangers of not vetting folks. And they're doing this all based on the fact that supremacy is up against the ropes, and they cannot handle what foundational Black Americans have put on the table, because foundational Black Americans are that thorough, and we will continue to be just as such. So we've shown everybody who's coming into this country. We done showed the Venezuelans coming in committing crime. You done seen everybody pulling up to this country committing every type of crime. And all the way now, you got folks from the Middle East wearing tactical gear showing up to this country talking about, you will finally one day see who I am. You will know one day. And telling you, well, you know, my face is more famous, and if you just look around, you're going to see it. Come on. We know what type of time it is, and we know exactly who we're dealing with. You are dealing with people who are out of bounds and people who are trying to take foundational Black Americans to a place that we know is not going to happen, because we are irreplaceable, family. Absolutely, positively, 100% pure. So as we bring it all the way back, fam, let's look at this right here. This is what we were saying about the immigration invasion. The reason why they talk the way they talk now, y'all, is because we have gotten on code. This is why, y'all. Look at this. This was Bill Clinton, okay? This was Bill Clinton when he was president. And watch the way he's talking about immigration. He's not being friendly, diddly, windly. Watch.
In the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants.
He called them illegal aliens. This is Bill Clinton.
The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens. In the budget I will present to you, we will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes, to better identify illegal aliens in the workplace as recommended by the commission headed by former Congresswoman Barbara Jordan. We are a nation of immigrants, but we are also a nation of laws. It is wrong and ultimately self-defeating for a nation of immigrants to permit the kind of abuse of our immigration laws we have seen in recent years, and we must do more to stop it.
Stop right there. That was Bill Clinton talking about immigration. Now, let's show Barack Obama talking about immigration. Same exact thing, y'all. Watch this.
It doesn't make sense for us to allow hundreds of thousands of people coming through our borders without us knowing who they are. Oftentimes in very hazardous situations and unmonitored situations that could do us long-term damage. I think we should have a serious employer verification system where employers, when they hire somebody, find out what their work status is. Are they able to work legally? Right now, what employers will say is, well, we check their social security card. That's the best we can do. So we've got to set up a tamper-proof system and then hold employers accountable. And then this, for some, is the most controversial part, that we've got to have a pathway to citizenship for the 12 million people or so who are already here. You pay a fine, you learn English, you stay out of trouble, you've got a job, you go to the back of the line so that those who came here legally, that backlog is cleared before you have opportunities for citizenship. That is a reasonable approach, and one that will ultimately address the biggest problem for American workers, and that is the depressive effect of undocumented workers who aren't right now subject to oftentimes minimum wage laws or worker safety laws or all the other things that make them cheaper for employers. If they're out of the shadows, then we can make sure those laws are enforced and those cost advantages.
Why has things changed so much, y'all? Why has the Democratic Party flip-flopped to the degree that Joe Biden don't sound like either one of them? Joe Biden ain't talking like that. Joe Biden saying everybody come on in an open influx. What is the deciding factor that has made them switch to the point that they're talking like that, y'all? I'm going to tell you what it is. It's called reparations. When reparations started kicking off, now you start getting that type of energy. They're trading the way they talk based upon what we've done. Look, there's evidence right there. You're talking about the last 3 Democratic presidents. How come the last 2 aren't talking like this one? You're talking about Bill Clinton and Barack Obama openly saying illegal alien, openly saying you can't have all these people come into the country. And then Joe Biden saying everybody can come into the country. What has been the shift in those years? You're talking about Bill Clinton in 1992 all the way to 2000. You're talking about Barack Obama from 2009 all the way to 2016. And now you're talking about Joe Biden in 3 years talking about bringing in 10 million illegals. What has changed? In that small amount of time, we got on code. Once we got on code, they said we have to stop FBA. We done already broke it down. They want to stop foundational Black Americans. They cannot do that out here physically. They know better. They cannot out here do that mentally. We're beyond the mental gymnastics. The only way they can do it is to try to bring people in. This is supremacy's last, let me say this. This is supremacy's last effort to try to stop foundational Black Americans. But foundational Black Americans, we just getting started. Let me make sure I put that crystal clear. This is their last effort, and this is our first popping it off. We ain't done. We ain't here working. Let me show you who they're bringing into this country right here, family. Look at this right here. This is the FAIR Act, okay? Let me read some of this to you guys. It says, Venezuelans are now the second most encountered nationality of illegal aliens at the border. Executive branch policies, especially parole, temporary protective statuses, that's what Sister Sean was talking about, and the refusal to use detention as a deterrent have helped drive up the numbers. Over 500,000 Venezuelans, illegal aliens, have been encountered since January 2021. The number of Venezuelan nationals encountered increased 77%. The Biden administration's parole program allows Venezuelans and dual nationals of Venezuela to enter the United States even with expired passports. Venezuela's government has applied genuine Venezuelan travel documents to non-Venezuelans, including potential national security threats from countries like Iran. Where was the other guy saying he was from? He's from and connected to Iran. The "you will know who I am soon" guy. It all connects, y'all. This is especially concerning given Venezuela's ties to state sponsors of criminality, to say the least. This is another aspect of what we are talking about. We got it all on the damn table. They cannot stop the receipts. The receipts been flowing in like clockwork, and we got them, we got them, we got them. They cannot stop us at no way, shape, or form, no cause, y'all. Let me show y'all this right here. Y'all seen what was happening. That's Venezuela. Oh, Biden, no, you got to deal with Biden sitting there saying he can't really do nothing about it. Clearly, you can do something about it. Now, Venezuela's the ones pushing the line. Nah, that's all based on them, y'all. All based on them. But it isn't done yet there, y'all. Check this out. Let me show you guys this. This right here is more evidence and receipts. I told you we got receipts for days. Let me show you this receipt right here, family. This is another one. This is what we're dealing with when we deal with these people. All of a sudden now, you're going to start seeing people pulling up to the border, people claiming things, people saying they got all these things in order. But foundational Black Americans, once again, we're always correct. We don't lie. What they say, the eye in the sky don't lie. Okay, well, we don't lie neither, y'all. Check this out right here. When we speak about these people being everywhere, they're showing up all the way across the board. Family, they got footage of these people hopping the border live and in living color, and they don't do a damn thing about it. Look at this right here, y'all. This is more evidence of them hopping the border, and this is the most evidence you're going to ever see. This is another exclusive you'll catch right here on the Black Alpha Network. We is in the building. Check this out. Look at them coming across the border, y'all. Look at that right there. Look at them coming straight across the border to the United States of America, and they are showing up, doing whatever they want to do, and it don't even matter, y'all. It don't matter, never, not at all. How you got all this footage in the United States, but you can't stop that? You can't capture that. Look at them. They just piling in. Look at that. This is what they're allowing to happen. This is what they're okay with. This is the invasion that we speak of. Why? It's because we know, again, what they are up to, and we know, again, why they're doing it. This is the difference between us and everybody else. That is actual footage of these people coming into the United States of America. Right then and there. Look at that. Woo! Now, let me tell you something. The Democratic Party is going to tell you that them folks built the country. The Democratic Party is going to tell you that those are the people that we should be getting along with. That's what the Democrats are going to tell you. That does not look like people who built the country. Let me tell you something. 12,000 illegals came across the border in one day last week, y'all. The average on a daily is 8,000. They had 10 million since Biden took office. That's all because of his executive orders. He has made executive order after executive order. Remember, Biden told us that he could not sign any executive orders. That's what Biden told foundational Black Americans. This is what he said. He said that he cannot at all sign executive orders because he does not have the power to do so. Yes, indeed, that is what Biden told Black Americans. Remember, when he was on that call and he told all those folks, he said, go to hell if you don't like what I'm doing. He also told them, he said, I can't sign no executive orders. Sat back, watched the man sign executive orders for everybody except for us. That is the footage right there of these folks hopping over the border. That's the footage of these folks coming into the United States of America. Biden has all the power in the world to end all of those programs, family. How do you know? It's because we actually seen him do it. Watch this right here. You're going to catch this on the Black Alpha Network, y'all. This right here are all of the ways that Biden has actually created this problem and made it worse. These are all factual evidence of all the things that he's done. How Biden created the border crisis. First off, proposed amnesty on day one in office. His first day in office, he put out amnesty for him. Cease border wall construction. Remember, build that wall? Went away when he got in. Sought to freeze deportations for 100 days. These are all his executive orders. Ended cooperation asylum agreements. Terminated the national emergency at the southern border. This man came in and he actually terminated. He literally got rid of the national emergency at the border. He said, we don't need it because there ain't no emergency. That is what he said. Everybody saw it. Okay, as we proceed for more. He also unraveled the migrant protection protocols, allowing federal funding to be sent to sanctuary cities. Remember, sanctuary cities, 506 of them and 70% of our population. Okay. He scrapped fines for illegal immigrants who failed to leave the U.S., basically saying, hey, if you're here, just stay. He rescinded President Trump's public charge rule. He released millions of illegal aliens to freely travel in the United States of America. He established unlawful categorical parole programs, and he created the criminal activity on his own for the enough for deport. This is what he all did right there, y'all. And if people want to see this evidence, we got another one right here. This shows y'all that he did it because this right here comes from the White House. This is a White House proclamation. Whitehouse.gov, proclamation on the termination of emergency with respect to the southern border of all the United States and redirected the funds delivered to the border wall. That right there, family, in other words, is saying he came in and he clearly, straight up and down, got rid of all of the protections that were supposed to go on. He terminated every single thing that Trump put in place to stop what was going on at the border. He came in and he made it clear, y'all, that he is not having it, and he reversed it all. That is what Joe Biden did when he became the president of the United States of America. That is exactly what he did. That is all on him. That is exactly how it went down. That's one receipt. Here's one more receipt for y'all. Check this one out as well. Remember what I was talking about, those international programs? Those international programs like the IOM, Miles for Migrants, that internationally move people around, and Joe Biden put one of his puppets as the head person. Look at this. This is what those treaties looked like when Donald Trump was president. Look at this. I want y'all to focus on the red. That is who voted against it, okay? Result of the United Nations General Assembly vote for the endorsement of the Global Compact on 19 December 2018. That is basically the Global Compact. That was basically the United Nations working together to move migrants throughout the world. Look at all the people who voted for it, and look at the people who voted against it. The green is who voted for it, mass migration internationally. The red is who voted against it, stopping it. The only ones who voted against it were the United States of America. Donald Trump took us out of that agreement, and Donald Trump made it to where we're not a part of that agreement right there. So a lot of those things that occurred, the IOM, the people flying around, the international agencies, all of those things, family, Trump pulled us out of them. Biden put us back in them. Biden ended all of the restrictions in terms of that, and he started speaking on a completely different level, on the complete opposite of the way things used to be. So that right there shows you evidence again that this is definitely 100% Joe Biden's migration crisis, or whatever you want to call it, illegal immigration invasion. And now you're seeing the results of it. And if you notice, as I said, the chickens are coming home to roost. Last week, we talked about that W girl in Athens, Georgia, who got harmed, right? Well, now you see what happened. They ended up putting in a policy right here, family, and it states that anybody who's coming here on some crazy stuff got to go. Georgia State House passes bill allowing police to arrest anyone suspected of being in the country illegally. That is right here in the great state of Georgia, y'all. That shows you, first off, whenever something happens to them, things get done real quick, right? You're talking about all of them coming to our communities, harming us and taking our jobs, and everything is cool, right? One thing happens to a Becky, and now a law got passed the same damn week. That's what's going on in Georgia. But like I said, we could talk about that, and that's an issue. But at the end of the day, that works in our favor. Yes, indeed. That's why I say it's in our best interest to flip pancakes and to let these people go back and forth with each other. That's what we're supposed to do. Because now the immigration crisis has came knocking on the door of the dominant society. Now they got to deal with the immigration crisis. And now foundational Black Americans, we can sit back and let it happen. That's what I was saying. Don't save these folks. Don't get involved. Stay out of all their little business. Because eventually, we all knew that Mr. Jorge was going to seek Karen and he was going to come after her. We all knew Mr. Jose was going to come after Becky and he was going to chase her. And we knew when that happened, then you're going to start seeing laws. They didn't have a problem when they was coming to our communities. But eventually, them chickens going to come home to roost, quote, to Malcolm X. Malcolm said it best. Now we just watching it all play out. A law got passed in 1 week when that all happened. So this is why we do not take the position of being down with the Democrats or this illegal immigration invasion. And at the same time, we're not going red and waving no flags for Trump. What we're doing as foundational Black Americans is we sitting back, we observing, we monitoring, and we letting these folks go at it. Let me tell you something. Sooner or later, all of them W's and all them goddamn migrants is going to clash. And then you're going to see bills like that pass. And it's in our best interest to flip them pancakes, exploit it, stir the goddamn pot, get them all mad. Like I said last week, Karen, I know you are not going to let Jose talk to you like that. Then we go over to Jose. Jose, I know you ain't going to let Becky talk to you like that. That's what we're supposed to do. If you ever instigated, instigate now. Because the sooner we get in our own independent position and these two people start going back and forth, right and left, then foundational Black Americans are going to be in the perfect prime position. What position is that? The same one we've always been, by our goddamn self, and we ain't got to worry about nothing. The chicken's going to come home to roost. This is what I was saying earlier. They come up with any plot, scheme, or plan to try to harm us, and we got an answer soon as they do it. And we got a lot of answers. The best thing you could ever do in the world is have options, great options, and we got them all, and all we're going to do is execute every last one of them. So we are right now, family, learning how to hustle. This is what we do politically and socially, all right? They want to play this game, we can play that game. They always exploit us, we'll exploit them. They always try to flip the script on us, we don't flip the script back. What you going to do when we vote that couch? What you going to do when Mr. Jorge coming after little Sally? I'll tell you what we going to do. We're going to sit back, and I'm going to show you some inactivity, because I'm not getting involved in neither one of those. The only type of activity they're going to see from us, family, is sitting back and enjoying the show. Popcorn popping. Ready. That's the way you got to play it. That's the way we are on it. And this is why we're actually getting things done. This is how you put an end to the immigration invasion. And we always got one. Gone are the days of folks saying, man, this is messed up. What's we gonna do? Now we saying, shit, we got a master plan. Gone are the days of folks saying, oh, we got to pick one side. No, hell no. We already got our side. This one right here. Master plan. Gone are the days of us trying to guess and figure out what we should do next. We already got a 5-year, a 10-year, a 20-year, a 50-year, a 100-year plan. And it's all based upon being on code, and it's all based upon foundational Black American excellence. On this episode, we done delivered the biggest receipts about the immigration invasion. We done broke down all of the migrants, the refugees, the newcomers, the asylum seekers, and we know really what they are, illegals. And on this episode, without a doubt, unequivocally, we have showed that foundational Black Americans got an answer for every single thing that they show, and the Black grassroots is in control of everything, and it will not go away. We not only just getting started, family, we coming out with style, and that's the best part about it, y'all. So when we start dealing with the Democrats, the Republicans, the liberals, the conservatives, the reds, the blues, the migrants coming in from the Middle East, coming in from South America, coming in from Africa, they all have to deal with one thing when they get over here. Let me tell you what they all got in common. They have one thing in common that's a very serious thing. What is that? That is that they are coming to the land that foundational Black Americans created, built it, maintained it, and sustained it, and they better wipe their feet at the door before they step in our house. That part. Certified salute to you guys, man. I love this episode. It's one of the best episodes. I appreciate everybody who stayed right here, broke down every single receipt. I appreciate the help because I needed to see if these faces matched the ones that they were saying and no, nah. And we've come up with all the answers. We came up with the answers that, yes, they're trying to run interference. Yes, you got folks coming into these borders. Yes, you got folks trying to lie to us, but you can't get nothing past FBA because we always win, man. So you guys know I appreciate that to the fullest. We taking it up a notch, cranking it all the way up because that's just what we do. And that's what happens when you are exceptional. So when it comes to immigration, when it comes to politics, when it comes to social life, we are prepared, we ready. And when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Man, I love you guys with the passion, man. Much love. I can't wait to catch you guys back next week. It's already March, y'all. Y'all know how it go. March gonna breeze, April gonna breeze, May, June, and then we're gonna be right back around for the summertime, and then we're gonna be right back around for the election, and everything is gonna be written in foundational Black American handwriting. That's the best part. That's our part. So with that said, man, y'all stay good, y'all stay safe, and with everything we said, stay vigilant, watch over everybody's shoulders. Y'all know I love you. If you got anything you want to hit me up, call me, write me. It don't matter. Y'all know I'm always ready for the family because I love y'all. We are all B1 cousins, B1 brothers and sisters. And with that said, man, I want you guys to be safe as always. So much love and respect, y'all. Certified salute to everybody. Let's meet up right back here next week and let's whoop their asses some more because all we do is win. With that said, family, Black is beautiful and beautiful is always Black. Peace and love. One love, y'all. Take it easy, yeah.
Everybody knows that all the people don't have liberties, all the people don't have freedom, all the people don't have justice, and all the people don't have power, so that means none of us do.